Hey Guardians, I'm currently freezing my butt off because Gator has the thermostat too low, but you're listening to Guardians Downcast.
You're listening to what?
You heard me.
No, it's Guardian Downcast. Do I have to be jealous again? That's it. I'm out. I'm over this. Cut.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for spending your day with us. Welcome to episode 219 of Guardian Downcast, the Destiny podcast. Hey, if you love to play the game Destiny 2, you've come to the right place. We're a couple of gamer dads that played Destiny since that day one beta in 2014, and we're just as passionate about it today as we were back then. We discuss key topics and news within the gaming community so you can be in the loop. And we're a podcast that seeks the stories of our Destiny community as a whole, wherever that origin may be. We're the show that asks, what do you consider artificial difficulty? I'm your host, Todd, the Gator, and my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. How you been, man?
Scarred, actually.
Why?
Because of what you said just right before this. So, yeah. We were talking about desks, and I mentioned that I got a standing desk.
Yeah.
And Gator's like, oh, I love mine, and he got one too, and he's like, yeah, I was having a lot of trouble with my hips, and then do you care to share what you shared after that?
I just said it'll change your life.
And
my hips start hurting because I sit for hours on end.
And say it.
And my hips don't lie.
So what we need, community, is a GIF of Gator's head on Shakira's body.
Oh no!
Doing hips don't lie.
Why?
If you can set that up, I'll mod you for a day.
Oh, come on. That's blackmail. Come on.
Quite possibly. It's not really blackmail. It's a bounty, I believe. Mm-hmm. You should appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. That's the bounty I like. What's up, man? How you been?
Oh man, dude, it's been chaos. Work's been absurd. We've missed like half our people every day this week.
What the hell? I noticed you've been a little less frequent in the Discord this week. I figured, well,
it's been killing me. Yeah. I mean, starting early, ending late, things like this. And then like we had like a project, like a huge project to do. And it's just like guys, what pile of monkeys do we have running this facility here?
Good luck. There's not a whole big sample of them left.
It's absurd. And here I am like, okay, so this is an issue. Let me make a tool for this. And they're like, oh, that's fantastic. And I'm just like, it's fucking just basic stuff. So, alcohol has been had this week.
It's the weekend, baby. It's the weekend. I need it, man.
So besides that, it's just been just general craziness. So everybody's healthy though. That's a good thing.
Well, that's good. You're off the sofa?
So, yeah. Well, I was on the sofa for one night. The wife and I got into it. So I was like, hey, I'm on the sofa again, but for a different reason. So
the doghouse sofa. Gotcha.
Yeah, the doghouse one. So,
I've been there many times.
Still the same sofa, FYI.
My wife and I we're passive aggressive, so we give each of us the quiet treatment. It's the weirdest.
See, I'm not that lucky.
I would rather my wife get into it. She gives me the cold shoulder. I'm like, no, this will be like a standoff for days.
Yeah. See, I'm not that lucky because I put my foot into it just like I do here on the show. It's just like. It's like, well, I see a moment of weakness. Let me poke that with my finger and, get snapped at. Yeah, there we go.
Keep in mind, I'm supposed to be the one that sticks my foot in my mouth. Okay, let's keep that straight.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah.
But besides that, how you been?
I'm doing all right, man. It's been it's been a little. Oh boy, you know what? It's been a while, Hazel. It's been a very moist week in Florida. Sorry, Chris. I had to say it.
It's been a while since we brought up
it. It has been a while since
we had to blow the
mentioned
dust off
word.
of that.
Yeah, we had to, you know?
Well, I guess it doesn't get dusty, does it? Because
it's moist. Exactly. Oh, yeah, we did it together. I was Thursday. I worked into the night, you know, where it's not really raining, but it's like misting and it's like dark and cloudy. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm getting this done. I'm not coming back here tomorrow. So got home. I was just soaked with you didn't get rained on. You just got misted to death, you know, that kind of day. So, but yeah, it's been a busy week as well. I did quite a few things in Destiny this week. We'll talk about that later. But, hey, Hazel, we got a returning guest on the show tonight, man.
Ooh, we do?
Yeah, we do.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Are they here?
Maybe. Yeah, we have, he's actually was one of our very first community supporters when we initially set up our Patreon back in, January of 2022. He's actually been a very active member of our community and was our guardian on standby for our last Elmer Fudd's, raid race. If you want to hear his full story, check out episode 154 or do what I just did. Go to our website, guardiandowncast.com, and just search this fellow's name. And the episodes that he has been on will pop right up. I love this site. It's our friend of the show. It's Frostbyte. How you been, man?
Hello. Welcome back to Playing Favorites. I'm your host, wrong podcast.
Oh my God, he sounded like Sweaty Spooks there for a minute, didn't he, Hazel? I thought Sweaty Spooks was on the show.
I was scarred for a second. Yeah. Playing Favorites. That's all I heard, and then I shut down emotionally.
Oh, come on.
I remember that when you guys announced that episode. I actually listened to the first one, but I don't know if you guys still do that. I haven't really.
It's not dead. No. It's just kind of sitting dormant on the side, and
it's on life support.
Yeah, I mean, we may come back to it at some point. I mean, the feed's still there.
The plug has been pulled.
I didn't pull the feed. The feed is still there. Our past episodes are still there, but no, we'll come back to it. We will. It's just, we all have a lot of stuff going on right now, and I just don't have the time, man. Just don't have the time. But
you'll come back to it next year.
Yeah, there you go. Next year, 2024. There we go.
We'll do a yearly thing.
There. You know what? We'll do like we'll do an annual,
Playing Favorites.
Distinguished Gentlemen's episode.
Shit. Ouch.
No, I'd love to hear those guys again, man. I love those guys. I miss all of them. I really do. Good times. Well, Frost, how you been, man? Everything going good there in the world right now for you?
School's back in session, so I'm a busy boy. Like a non-stop train that I'm holding on to for dear life. But, yeah.
It's over for you, okay. It's over for you.
Hey,
we can get more into that in a second here.
Yeah, we'll dive
Peter
in.
We'll dive in. He's off his game tonight. I can tell.
I'm off my meds. I'm off my meds. Sorry. But, well, you know what, Frost? Let me tell these fine folks what we're going to do tonight, because, man, as usual, we got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. First, we're, of course, going to catch up with you, sir, and see what's new in your life. And then we're going to give him a crack, his 2023 crack, at our fast fire question and answer segment we call the SpeedRun, patent pending. Hazel will be going over the 6th week of This Week in Destiny for Season of the Witch, and we might have some more things to discuss afterward. You'll just have to hang in there and listen. Then we'll be answering more of your questions for our show via our voicemail. All right, SpeakPipe voicemail. It's the same thing. That system, which, where you can leave us a message. It's speakpipe.com/guardingdowncast. You go there, you enter your gamer tag, press record, listen to it back. And if it sounds good to you, hit send. That's it. It's that easy. It sends it right to our email. And we may actually play it on our show. So, yeah, do it. It's so easy. And also, I did want to mention that our brand new website is now up and live. You can do a ton of stuff on that new website, which is guardiandowncast.com. It's all been refreshed, all kinds of cool stuff on it. So check that out as well. And you can leave those voicemails, speak pipes there as well. We'll also be, getting some questions through our Discord from our community as well. And then, Uncle Scumdeath has something he'll want to say before we sign off tonight. All right, let's roll. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or you can find us on our Instagram at Guardian_down_cast and see what picks our weekly guests want to share with you. Or, you know what? Just visit our website at guardiandowncast.com for all of our contact information and where else you can find us to play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Man, don't or me. Hey, Guardians, while you're at it, follow our Guardian Downcast show playlist. We have it on Spotify and Apple Music. We post these links in our show description every week. So check us out. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Oh, come on, man. Not the toddles again.
What's wrong with the toddles?
Nothing, I guess.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can always edit it out.
Yeah, I'll edit it. Okay. Well, Hazel, before we get to the TWID for this week, I want to catch up with Frostbyte here, man. How you been? I mean, are you in what year of school are you in now?
So, well, technically this is my 4th year of school, but in terms of my degree, I'm in my 3rd year.
Okay.
Yeah. Last spring, as some of you saw that I posted in general, I got my associate's degree in microelectronics. Yes. So, yeah, one down, one to go.
That's the route I went, man. I got my AA and then went over to Florida. Yeah, that's the way you got to do it, man. Makes it easy. I mean, let's face it, man. The first 2 years of college is just an extension of high school. It really is. I mean, you're taking all the same subjects, maybe a few little more esoteric ones along the way. You know, I don't think they do have statistics in high school, but I didn't take it in high school, but stuff like that, you know, those are the perfect things to learn about. And God, I remember my first speech. I took speech in community college. I was terrified. Look at me now. I yabber on a podcast all day. So what else is new? Frost? What else is going on in your life, man?
Since the last episode I was on with Jealous, I got another new job because it feels like every fall I get a new job at this point. But so now I'm working at a company called Logisync in Avon, Ohio, and they're a company that specializes in engineering like prototypes and like first article samples for customers. Sometimes they do some production, but it's usually like pretty limited. So for instance, like I'm currently working on a project that's like in Pakistan where they were like cotton fields. You know how like they harvest cotton and everything with like machines. Well, this is like a basket sensor. So when all the cotton's in the basket, it weighs how much cotton is in it and everything, because apparently there's like a bunch of security risks with cotton with them. Like their workers steal cotton because of how valuable it is over there. So this is like designed to like kind of weigh the basket, so that way it not only helps them with security purposes, but also they can get a better idea of how much like they should be asking for on the market and everything like that. So something really cool. I came in like midway through it, and the team were just like, "Oh yeah, you're helping us with this now." It's like, "Oh, okay."
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you heard of them, Hazel? Since you're in the great state of Ohio,
Avon? I've heard of Avon,
that area,
but yeah, my uncle used to live on Avon on the lake.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm like I'm a rock throw from Lake Erie right now, where I work at.
Yeah, you're Honda's right there too, isn't it? I believe.
Honda? The Honda plant?
Yeah, there's one in Avon, I believe.
Oh, I don't know. I not very well versed.
I thought the whole state of Ohio was like a 2-light city or something.
Hazel lives 2 hours away from me from my house, and work is another hour from my house. So when I'm at work, I'm like 3 hours from him.
Yeah, there are cornfields, yes, but it's there is like life here. So
I was just trying to get Hazel all riled up. It didn't work, so whatever.
It's okay. I thought it was just bath salts, so you're good.
Oh God.
See, you can try shooting your shot at me, but yeah.
Wait, there's way too ammunition. There's way too much ammunition to use on Floridians.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know.
So anyway, Frost, we're going to go back a little bit.
Oh, how far back? Like Dark Ages?
Yes, exactly. Back, before you were born. No,
Plague?
just kidding.
Sorry.
Yes, exactly. The Plague. So, Frost, tell us how you found Destiny.
How I found Destiny.
Yeah, for anybody who isn't familiar with your story.
Okay. So how it more or less worked was, I was playing Titanfall 2,
Nice.
for a while, and, I went to Battlefield, and, one of my buddies that I was in, Boy Scouts with, he decided to play, I guess, Battlefield randomly one day, and he's like, hey, there's another game called Destiny, because I know you like, Titanfall, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, and he's like, well, I know we like playing Warframe together, but this is like Warframe 2.0. I was a little intrigued. I was like, okay, so how do I get started? And he's like, easy, pay $60 for Forsaken. I was like, no, not happening. And then skip 1 year later, Shadowkeep comes out. I have some Christmas money. I was like, all right, I'm going to pick you up on your offer. So I decided to start playing during Shadowkeep. This was a few years after Destiny 2's initial release. I actually was a part of the initial release when it was back on Blizzard's website.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
too.
way back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't want to pay for the DLCs because, well, I was in like high school and the middle school around that time, so I didn't really have money to pay for DLCs.
Yeah, nobody.
But when I got into high school and, starting to work jobs and everything, I was like, oh, I actually have the money to do this. So, when Shadowkeep came around with the New Light program, so I am day one New Light program. It's changed heavily since then, but, yeah, I joined and I was like, oh, cool. I got Warmind and, Curse of Osiris for free. And I was like, cool. I'll pay for Forsaken and I get like 3 DLCs worth of content for a year plus Shadowkeep. Let's go.
Hey, Frost.
So I got to experience those things. It was a lot of fun.
Did you get a new mic, dude?
Yeah.
You
So,
sound fantastic, man.
Thank you. So for my, 21st birthday, which was, a solid 24 days ago from this recording. Yeah, I turned 21 and I asked my parents, I was like, okay, I want only 3 things for my birthday this year. It's probably going to be the last things. That's like a notable birthday for like presents. So I was like, I want to go out with a bang. And, I decided to upgrade from my, Blue Yeti that my best friend gave me for like $100. Mm-hmm. And I got myself a Shure, M7 mic. Because,
you have the M7?
Nice.
That's the USB one?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. That sounds really good, man.
I think it was during the raid race, actually, funny enough, when I was watching the stream, Elmer Fudd was using this mic, and I was like, hey, man, what mic are you using? And he said this one. I was like, oh, really? That's cool. I kind of want it because it sounds amazing. And then I asked for it, and it was within good enough price range. So
it sounds good. Do you want to put a cloud lift or anything on it? It's plenty powerful, huh?
No, not really.
Nice.
You know what the best part about it is? I can click my mouse and no one will hear it.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Yeah, Shure SM7B is what all the streamers use, by the way. Those are asking. Okay, we're getting a little too nerdy here.
Yeah, I dozed off. What are we?
Sorry, my podcasting nerdiness popped out.
Okay, so anyway, back to Frost's story here. So, Frost, quick question for you. A follow-up here.
Quick answer.
That'd be quick. So, what is it about Destiny that keeps you playing?
What keeps me playing? Well, the easy answer would be community, Mr. Gatr down there. But, actually, it's kind of a combination of, like, my friends, play this game, and the story is what keeps me around for the most part. So me and my best friends, like, all of us play this game, but, we're a little intermittent with it sometimes because all of us have pretty busy lives, but it seems to be that one game where it's like, we've all played it for years now, so we just kind of come back to it, and when the story's really good, it just kind of sweetens the deal. So, like, when Witch Queen dropped, I was in heaven because I was like, bro, story's good, my friends are playing, good times, raid's awesome, yeah.
That's good.
That's kind of what's keeping me around. Other than that, I like to challenge myself with, like, harder content in the game, whether that be, like, raids, GMs, sometimes trials if I'm feeling adventurous, but that's a very rare occasion for me. But yeah, like, I think at this point, me, and my two best friends, we do, dungeon day one. So whenever the new dungeon comes out, we're playing it. And, the latest one kicked our butts pretty good, goes to the deep. But we finished it in, I think, like, almost 2 hours exactly. So it was pretty quick. Yeah.
That's good.
But stuff like that just keeps me coming back. And plus, someone has to help Sherpa people in raids. So I'm around for that.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. You're always there to help out. I always see you in groups too, in voice chats, in the Discord too.
It's a little harder now with school, but
sure.
Yeah, I try to find time.
Well,
awesome.
Since Hazel's dipping into some of the signature questions, I want to ask some too.
That's not a signature question.
Well, it's kind of something we ask our guests. But I wanted to ask Frostbyte, for those who may not have heard your original story. Dude, what's up with that gamer tag?
That gamer tag, huh? Well, as I kind of mentioned, I played Battlefield for a little bit, and Battlefield runs on the Frostbyte engine. Yeah, right. And I was like, also at the time, I really like characters that use ice and everything. So, like, for instance, Sub-Zero is my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. Nice. It's also kind of why I like Stasis, but,
Man, when you
everyone kind of knows that if you play against me in PvP.
That damn Warlock, Stasis Warlock, I run when you pop that Superman.
It's fun.
You got it down, man. No one escapes when you pop that thing.
It's great when no one can shoot back.
That's true. Fucking ice show.
But yeah, no Frostbyte, and by extension, Frostbyte came around because I played Battlefield, and at the time, Frostbyte was taken, so that's why in Destiny it's no Frostbyte. But whenever I can just use regular Frostbyte, I try. And whenever I can't use no Frostbyte, then that's when I start adding periods.
Well, and it's BYTE, right? Not BITE.
Yeah, byte as in like a computer byte, because right. I'm in the technology sphere. Being a 2000s kid growing up, I was like fascinated with all kinds of technology. So
makes sense.
Yeah. Nice.
I like it.
All right, sir. So, okay. Well, one quick side question about Destiny, and then we'll hit a big question about Destiny. So, did you hit rank 11 yet?
Did I hit? No. I stopped short. I was lazy. Me and you were doing rank 10. I remember there was like a solid week where we were messaging each other back and forth like,
yep.
What, did you get this one? Yeah. Well, I'm working on this one now. And you're like, so am I. And we're like going at it, and we're like, yeah, this is fun. And then we saw the requirements for rank 11, we're like, man, I'm too lazy to do that. I'm not doing that this season.
Yep. Yeah, I got everything for when we were talking about that. I got everything that season. And then except for the dungeon, the solo dungeon. And I was like, no.
Yeah, I didn't really want to do a master route of nightmares. And then I did it on like a whim. I think Dabs asked me? I forget who exactly asked me, which is hilarious because that's how I got my conditional finality. But I did that and I was like, I have one left. Ghost of the Deep. Do I really want to put myself through me and 5 million points of HP to win victory for a simple number increasing by 1?
Plus all the trial
Not really.
Trial and error is going to take a while too, you know? All the
endurance.
Hey man, exactly. I have my 3 solar flawlesses. I'm content with that. Nice. I'm not my one best friend that has them all right now, so.
Yeah. Okay. So, I was just curious if you managed to knock out a dungeon solo yet. But,
not the latest one, no.
Yeah, definitely not. So, what have you been up to in Destiny lately?
So, originally, I was gonna say I haven't played for like 2 weeks, but,
Good timing.
So me and Metal Mark kind of have this thing now, I guess. We kind of started it last season unintentionally, but we kind of realized we both enjoyed doing it. So we're doing, almost, I don't know, we're kind of debating next season about this, but we're doing seals, like raid seals, every season at this point.
Nice.
Last season we got Vault of Glasses, so we got our Fate Breakers together. It was a lot of fun. And this week just so happens to be King's Fall. And that's the one we wanted. So we were like, hey, let's start scheduling some stuff. So Wednesday we did normal King's Fall with the Triumphs. Sadly, I did not get the one Triumph, like the last Triumph I needed, but Mark has all of his, so I'm at least happy I helped him get his. But Saturday, or i.e. tomorrow from this recording, we're doing the Master with challenges with a bunch of people. My buddy, basically an ACL or Salt, he's crawled out of his cave to play with us. So I'm really excited for tomorrow.
Nice.
And procrastinating homework. But yeah, it'll be fun.
The homework will be there before you go to school.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's due at 11:59 p.m. So I mean, I can procrastinate all day.
Don't listen to Gatr. Okay, see, life is different outside of Florida. Okay, you can't coast like you can in Florida.
We partied, man, in Florida, but still, we still had to do our homework.
See.
About that, this summer I actually may not be in Ohio. I didn't mention it, but so something new that's happened to me recently. If you live in Ohio, so I think you might have heard about this somewhere, Hazel, but you may have forgotten it. You know that fabrication plant that Intel's making down in Columbus? Yeah, so I may actually end up working there in the near future.
The new that are making the new the new boards.
So the next big, wafers,
processor plant?
Silicon wafers.
Yeah.
So,
holy shit, dude!
My school, Lorraine County Community College, we kind of have this special program which I'm kind of doing a degree in, which kind of is really fortunate timing for me. It's called Microelectronics and Manufacturing Systems. And that degree particularly is really enticing to people like, I don't know, Intel? And so actually, I think it was ironically 2 weeks ago, Intel actually came up to the college after like a few months of like doing this. Hey, what's your program about? Oh, that's enticing. We kind of want to learn more. So yeah, they decided to come up personally to college, and actually, like, some of the people that are, like, directors of the facility that are being built, were actually the ones doing the presentation and everything, and they were telling us about a internship possibility, which I applied for the next day. But yeah, so I might actually be spending my summer in Arizona, between, my third and fourth year of my degree. So
just, wow. Just remember old Gatr.
It's a paid internship.
When you make it.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
You'll still have my Patreon subscription.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. No, I'm more like, sending some processors our way. Hey, can you give me a new GPU?
Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm legally not able to do that because so
that's funny.
They kind of described the different like facilities to us. So, for instance, their facility in Oregon is their like kind of technology developing plant. So, like anything new that they are thinking about making comes from that facility. Arizona is their like big guns, like this is where all the production is coming from, and they're basically like, so that's what Ohio is going to be. It's just going to be another Arizona facility, which is why the internship is going to be in Arizona to like teach people.
Nice. Talk about that.
So that way we can turn around at like the start of 2025 going into like 2026, like saying, hey, all these people that just got trained in Arizona are now going to teach all of you that just got hired directly from Ohio. So like, even if I don't get the internship, I can still be directly hired from Ohio.
So what else you been doing, Frost? What else you been doing in Destiny, or have you been playing other games too?
Destiny, that pretty much is it for the most part. But in terms of other games, this game I know Hazel was playing because I heard it on the podcast and I was like, he didn't tell me about that. The first Descendant beta, I played it. Soccer kind of roped me into it, ironically, one of the starting players was an ice-based character, and I was like, no shot. And so I picked her. Yeah, it happened. And then I poured, I think, like 18 hours over the course of like 4-ish days or however long the beta was into it. And I have words about it. Specifically, this feels like a really weird combination of Destiny and Warframe. It's so weird.
Yeah. Except like, slower.
The mod system in that game is literally just copy paste from Warframe for the most part.
It is. Really?
Yeah.
It's so weird because I'm like,
how do they get away with that?
It's different, slightly.
Wow.
It's got the look of Anthem, worst movement of Warframe, the mod system of Warframe, the mission style of Destiny patrols, and that was it. The story was also pretty trash. So I was like, in my survey to them, I was like, hey, do better story first. That might entice me to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, if they're copying other games, I mean, how original are they going to be, you know?
Well, I mean, fair. You can do that, but just have an original story.
Yeah. It pretty much was like, bad guy is going to get 3 MacGuffins.
Hazel mentioned that last
He gets 1 MacGuffin. You now must stop him from getting the other 2 MacGuffins.
Yep.
Go with no other context.
Yeah. So, you know what I noticed when I was playing it? So, I noticed, like, I was, like, wandering around the world. It's fucking empty.
Oh, yeah. It's empty. Super empty.
Unless you do, like, one of the patrols, and then...
Well, even then, like, it's empty until you start it.
Exactly.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah. It's like, have the world populated. Have it, give it some life.
I will say the void intercepts, which are kind of like their boss dungeon thing where you only fight the boss.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird. That was actually a lot of fun. I played one of those because I think the quest like required you to at one point, but that actually was a lot of fun. But everything else was like, I'm brain dead. This is basically patrols in Destiny. Why am I doing this?
What's wrong with patrols in Destiny? I get your point.
Yeah.
I got a new game next week. I'm making called Durstiny.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be really cool.
What are you using the Unity engine?
Oh, I hope not. I don't have any money.
That's okay.
Well, well, if you didn't hear, Unity, Ed talked about doing like a subscription, I think, or something along those lines, where like
about that,
it would heavily impact gamer developers. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's basically like they take a portion of every download.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. And like if you uninstalled and reinstalled the same game, it would count for two, not one.
God, really?
Yeah.
Yep. It was something. I was eating popcorn, just like watching this whole thing go down. It's like, this is the best thing ever. This is greater than TV.
Who would have guessed that like 2 hours later, they sent out an email saying, oh, we're thinking about this internally and thinking about not doing this. After they created a really bad shitstorm.
Yeah. It was great.
But other than First Descendant, Baldur's Gate 3, I've played,
damn you,
I think 60 hours right now. I've gotten to like the third act. I haven't played it since I've gotten really to the third act for the most part. I think I've played like maybe an hour into the first act or third act, but like I haven't really touched it since then because school came back like when I got to the third act.
Yeah.
So, but that game is a lot of fun, and I'm telling you right now, if you're into D&D and wanting to play it, D&D does not work like that. I cannot cast 2 spells that require 2 leveled spells on the same turn. It doesn't work like that. Well, at least how it works in game. But for the most part, the like atmosphere and like I'll say majority of D&D aspects were well incorporated, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm super glad that game exists because playing D&D regularly as I do, I play it on Thursdays, which is why you never see me play anything on Thursday nights. D&D is a lot of fun to play with your friends, and this is just like a cool outlet for anyone who hasn't played D&D before to like see what it's kind of about and maybe get hooked on it and enjoy something. So
yeah. I'm jealous.
I've heard it's like a gateway drug.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
D&D kind of is. Within, I think, my first month of playing, I bought a crap ton of dice that I still have. But like, other than that, like, for my, weekly group, I help out my, like, DM by, like, getting him stuff. So that way, like, we can actually have cool things and enjoy a lot more. Like, I usually, like, get him, books, actually, the different, like, physical books. So that way he can help, like, create encounters. But, like, sometimes I'll get him minis. But I've been a little bit broke lately because college, but, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, a guy I work with, he's in the D&D, and he was like asking like myself and another guy at work, and he's like, hey, which one of these spells sounds better? And I'm like, you know that I don't have the foggiest damn idea what you're talking about, right? And he's just like, it doesn't matter. He's like, it's just for cool factor. He's like, which one would you rather use? And
I might get my supervisor into it.
Nice.
Yeah. On my first day there, he was asking me about it. I was like, all right, how much time do we have? 30 minutes? All right, I'm going to give you the most abbreviated version you've ever heard of. But yeah, it's fun. I highly suggest, like, if you're into, like, say Magic the Gathering or, like, Warhammer, it can be really, fun, like, lore-wise and gameplay-wise to, like, play this kind of game. So, like, if you're into nerdy stuff like I am, you're gonna probably like D&D. So,
see, I heard it was turn-based, and I loved Heroes of Might and Magic. That was my game. back in the day.
It is turn-based. Yeah.
That makes me get excited about it. But dude, I'll talk about it. But anything else you've been doing you want to mention? First?
I think the last two things I'll mention is I know I usually say like I play Warframe a lot, and I actually haven't played it since like its last big story drop, which is really sad to me because I know like Monkey, Killer Monkey, not Mr. Monkey, not Monocle Monkey. He plays Warframe, and so does Salt. So like I haven't been able to really get on and say hi to them and like show them stuff that I've been doing, but I have been playing a gacha game. I'm sorry. It kind of got my hand. My one friend, he's like, hey, have you heard of Genshin Impact? And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, how about we not play Genshin Impact, even though he went to play Genshin Impact, but he's like, there's this new game called Honkai Star Rail, and it's a turn-based game. And I was like, oh, really? And I was like, that's cool because I like that because it's a lot more casual and I don't have to like, think as much that I have to for other games. So it's like a nice little side game I play from time to time, like when I'm at work and I'm just like, I'm a little bit bored. What can I do? I just throw it on, played like a different battle or whatever, throw it on auto and have fun.
Nice.
It's also probably a gateway drug, but
yeah. There's lots of those.
Quite possibly.
But yeah, I'm coming myself off there, but yeah, for the most part, that's
cool, man.
It.
No, I mean, that's awesome, man. You've been busy. That's for damn sure.
I'm a very busy bee.
Hazel, what have you been doing this last week, man?
Well, no, that's my question to you. I asked a question.
Okay. Yeah, I did a few things. Now, don't at me, okay? I've yet to catch up on the story, and I mean, I have, I think, 2 weeks worth of story to do. No, the reason why? Well, the first reason why I was out.
Let me hear your excuse. Yeah.
I was at a 4-star resort that week, but the next week, Destiny wasn't behaving very well, and I kept getting booted, and I was like, you know what? Starfield's calling my name. It was it was time to play Starfield. I don't have enough time to play video games as it is. And,
what?
I spent 2 hours just at an abandoned, outpost on some random planet, just killing all the enemies, looting, shooting, and just having a ball. And I looked up, 2 hours had passed. And I finally freed that area. It's crazy, man. There's so much to do in Starfield. And I know the opinion of Starfield's kind of waned a little bit. And I know there's another game out there that I want to play too, but I just don't have the time to get into it yet. But,
is that Destiny?
No, it's not Destiny, unfortunately. I did play a Ghost of the Deep dungeon with Mullet and Trash Panda last night. Thank you, gentlemen, for that. That was, it was pretty smooth. I got anteatered one time.
Only one?
One time. That's it. I got booted. I had to come back in, but other than that, it was pretty smooth. The servers were pretty smooth, but I tell you what, I played a Crota raid. We actually got Mr. Monkey through his first clear last Saturday. Special thanks to Soccer, Hayoka, Nessie, average Destiny 2 player, and of course my pal Mr. Monkey. It was a challenge, dude. We got weaseled and anteatered 15 times or more. And what would happen is it wouldn't boot you to orbit. It would just make you reset. You'd just be a dead ghost at the beginning of the encounter. So what probably should have taken an hour to do took us like an extra 45 or 50 minutes because we just kept getting error coded. I didn't think we'd make it, to be honest, but we finally did get it done. And Mr. Monkey got us clear, so it was just excruciating, man. But I'll tell you one thing. If you're pulling a positive out of this, I got a lot of reps on each encounter, so I was able to learn the encounters really well just from repeat, having to do it again. I played Checkmate Control with members of the community also. Special thanks to Warcry for setting it up for me. Priceless was there, Briggs, Grackle. I think Salt was there too. And
I heard that game was good.
It was a lot of fun.
Actually good.
The key is you got to be accurate with your weapons. You got to get those headshots because otherwise it can really be painful. I'm telling you, man, we had some, it is connection based match made. So there were a lot of 6 stacks going through there, just mowing through people, just pub stomping.
I heard it was like skill based to a degree.
I don't even know anymore. I heard it was connection based. because it was.
I think that it was supposed to be.
It was, but they.
Based.
Well,
It's either that or vice
I
versa.
guarantee you it wasn't skill based because we got crapped on a lot. There were games where the other team had 5 and 6 KDs and we were sub 1. A lot of us, so it was a lot of those games were rough. It felt like
maybe it is connection based, and they were asking for skill based a little bit.
I think it's connection based because I think they tried to do it on the last game last week and it didn't work, so they went to connection based. But it was there were some rough games, man. It was rough, but I enjoyed it because you would think it'd slow the game down, but the game really didn't slow down much. There were a lot of teams that. I tell you what, the good teams would have 2 sets of 3 people and they would do that damn carouseling where you would shoot and almost kill someone. They would poke behind cover and his buddy would come out and finish you off. Man, I had so many games like that. And then it's like trials. Once the spawn started flipping on the other side, they charge you. It wasn't fun there, but I love the game type. I really love the game type. I hope they keep this in going forward in Destiny because this is probably one playlist I'll play a lot of. And, it was Control last week. I think it's something different coming up this next reset. But, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
doing
saw
that.
Datto played it and he said he liked it. He said that heavy needs to be less.
Yes. Lots of heavy kills. A lot of grenade launchers in the face.
He was very, disheartened about that. But,
I say eliminate heavy or make it where it's not shared. Only one person can get it or something. I don't know. But
if you eliminate heavy, then what's the point
it's a gun game.
Having a heavier weapon? Then?
I get it. It's a gun game. I get it. But maybe have it where it's not shared because if you have a coordinated team and let's face it, it's team-based match made still. You're playing 6 stacks and 5 stacks with a random and they're all communicating and they're all like saying, okay, let's come over here and grab heavy. And all of a sudden they just run over you like a wave from all the heavy ammo they get. So maybe have it where one person can use heavy and that's it. But they got a little tweaking to do still. I'm definitely going to have to make it somewhat skill based because, man, it was rough. There were a lot of rough games there and we had a couple good games too, but it's early stages. So I wasn't too overly critical and I wasn't too salty either because I kind of knew what we're up against and yeah, it's just kind of the way it is. But, I did play, like I said, I played some Starfield this last week. I just got to pick at that little by little because I'll go nuts if I try to jump in there and do everything. There's so much to do in that game. But the only thing I need to do is I need to catch up on the story. But because the servers were so crappy the last week, I just said, you know what? I'll catch up on the stories when the servers have finally gotten, back to normal. And I guess it was a DDoS attack from what I heard.
That's what we said last week.
People were doubting it.
We knew that last week.
Yeah, but there was a contingent that was saying that it wasn't DDoS. It was just Bungie was messing up. But I tell you what, I think it was. I don't
care what that contingent says.
I know,
any
but
contingent for that matter, just because, I typically believe people when they say things. So if there is a contingent that's, they're just unhappy anyway. So
it's called the community, man. I mean, everyone has their little corners they come out of.
That's my message to them.
XOXO, okay. I get it. But I tell you, the reason I think it was, in fact, DDoS, because we all would get booted at the same time, like in a wave. You know how there's rolling blackouts, when the power grid gets maxed out? It was the same thing with when we did the raid last Saturday. We would all get kicked like one after the other. So it almost felt like they were doing fire teams at a time. And cause I could time it. It was like 30 minutes. We had 30 minutes to get through the encounter. If we didn't get through the encounter, here comes the next set of error codes. It was the weirdest thing, man. I've never seen this in Destiny before, but yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much my week. Little mix of everything, but, overall just frustration from the server issues. But we played the dungeon last night. Like I said, I got one error and that was it. And I think they had a few more error codes today, and I think Bungie said those have subsided already too. So hopefully things are back to normal. I'm ready to jump back in and catch up on the story. But what about you, Hazel?
Yeah, for real.
What have you been doing, man?
I did hop into some Destiny early in the week, and because last week I had my abysmal raid with Elmer Fudd and crew, and we got booted at, Ear Ute. And I mean, since then I had a bad taste in my mouth about it. And I went on, like, I want to say like Sunday or Monday, and I played a little bit and I got booted again. And I was just like, fuck it. I'm just done.
Get it?
You know? And then, I was looking in Discord and I saw that, I believe it's HD Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatively new member.
Mm-hmm.
And now here's a problem with having a podcast is you say something. I guess people listen.
Crazy. I know. People have ears.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't remember
Sometimes
what I
brains.
said after the show's over. How am I supposed to remember what I said last week? I get your point.
Yeah, exactly. So HD Tech is in there and he's trying to put together a group for his first Ron raid.
Oh.
And I'm like, he had like 4 people and then like people started dropping here and there and everything else. And I was just like, fuck it. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. So I'm like, okay. I was like, how many you need? I'm like, I got you. So I joined up and then like Raph joined, Geek, High Tech Turtle, and Panda joined.
Nice.
And Panda, the son of a bitch, messages me and goes, hey, I'm going to need you to bring your fashion game on point tonight.
Oh, he's streaming.
What'd you do? Throw on Lorelei?
No, he's got this badass Ron armor. He looks like a frickin' butterfly, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I went to the interwebs and I found a set of armor that basically is for Hunter and it takes away your cloak. Like you don't have it anymore. And I was like, well, shit. All right, let me do this. So yeah, I, went ahead and, put that on and he's like, I don't approve of the color and everything else. And I was like, fine, I'll make it black. So I did.
I mean, you are a Titan main, so kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on, man. So yeah, so I made it black and I was like, look, I'm an edgy hunter like all the other edgy hunters. And he laughed and he's just like, I approve. And then as we were flying in, I switched back to my butterfly look. And then I heard, you son of a bitch. So, yeah. Yeah, so that was fun. We did a Ron raid. It was about 2 hours and everybody was like, Hazel, I was surprised to see you do this. Exactly. I know you don't like this raid. Mm-hmm. And then you get the occasional, Hazel, isn't this your favorite raid? And I'm just like, but I'm still going to play the game.
Plus you were jumping in to help someone too.
Exactly. And it was really cool too, because I taught one encounter, Panda taught another, I think Geek taught, the third encounter. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it was really cool. It was just like a community thing and it was a really good time. We had a lot of laughs and everything else. So, good times.
Yeah, it was good. Good to game with Panda again. Good guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut in for a second. I think it was HD Tech actually on Wednesday. He signed up for my Triumph run for Normal's Kingfall. Mm-hmm. And I felt so bad because I'm like, I'm willing to Sherpa this, but at the same time we're doing challenges, and so I felt really bad because I know like he wanted to play Kingsfall with us, but at the same time everyone like else was like, yeah, we don't suggest this being your like first raid of Kingsfall.
adding additional challenges to it. I mean, the challenges don't
like
really
I was willing to do like a normal run and then the challenge after, but I was like, it's gonna be a bit rough for him. So I was like, I'm kind of understanding, but I felt horrible.
Hey, good on him for jumping in, man. That took guts.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, he put himself out there and everything else. And I mean, it was just it was a really cool thing to see everybody kind of gather around and be like, hey, you know what? We're going to do this. So
unfortunately, I had to take Cloud instead. It made me a little depressed.
You might as well have taken HD. I mean,
I'm telling you that there's a reason why I'm missing a Triumph still.
Go get him, Priceless. It's all yours.
I'm joking.
But not really. Sorry. Had a ton in my throat. Mm-hmm. I played that. I tried to get on some more Destiny and this kind of thing, and I managed to knock out the story, thankfully. And then I'm like, okay, so I was like, what do I want to do now? And then I got kicked again. So I was like, okay, that's my sign. I'm going to go, I'm going to do something else. So I played the first Ascendant a little bit, and I'm just like, okay, I can't force myself to do this anymore. So I drank the Kool-Aid again.
Did you do it?
The raspberry kind? Or
no?
What kind of Kool-Aid?
Did you play the game I thought you were going to play?
Starfield?
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Not Starfield. Not Starfield. The other one.
No. I played Cyberpunk.
That's the one I'm thinking.
Hey.
I want to play it.
Dude, I hear it's fun.
I so want to play that game.
Dude. I mean, I am all on board. And I mean, it's seriously, if I had it on PC right now, I'd be playing it while I'm doing this. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would not be
glorious.
doing that.
It is glorious. Well, I probably wouldn't be doing it just because I'm all invested in the story.
Yeah. So, it's a lot of dialogue and stuff.
Yeah.
I hear the new DLC is good.
Yes, I've heard it's really good. And I'm kind of glad that Destiny is coming to like that slow period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because now I can be like, all right, let me knock out this Cyberpunk game. So,
quick question, Hazel.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Was this week the last week of the story in Destiny? Or do we have
no.
Week? Okay.
I don't think we have one more week. I think we might have a couple of extra things possibly.
Okay. Good to know.
This week, I think we were at step 46 of 51, I believe.
Okay. So we're getting close.
45 of 51.
I think I'm on step 18 or something like that. I hear like the story's been really good, but I haven't played it lately. So I know I'm missing out, but I don't know what I'm missing out on.
It's really good.
Oh, bet you don't even know.
Well, I mean, even the early parts of the story is really good. The new system is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is fun. I've actually enjoyed the seasonal content, for the first time, and I don't know when, actually. I'm actually interacting with it of my own free will. It's kind of crazy.
Altars was fun day one. Yeah. I haven't played it since then, but it was fun.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. The new one, yeah. Exactly.
I got a question, Hazel.
Yeah.
Did you play the original Cyberpunk, or did you jump right to the new story?
I did not play the original at all.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out which way I want to go.
Well, no. I mean, no. I mean, okay, so you're talking about 2077, or you're talking about Cyberpunk like from the 80s?
No. The 2077. Did you play the original Keanu Reeves story, or did you play the new Idris?
Well, he's in the second one. He's in the DLC too.
Reeves is okay. Good to know.
Yeah,
I have absolutely zero clue what you're talking about, except for the Keanu Reeves bit.
That's about all I know too, Frost.
So, but no, I'm playing the original storyline.
Okay,
2077.
You're starting it over. Sweet.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not over just from the beginning, and then once I'm done with that, then I'm going to go into the Phantom Liberty stuff.
Dude,
because he's smart.
I'm so wanting to play the game. Hey, you know what? It'll be there. It'll be there eventually.
Dude, just put down Starfield.
No.
It's not going anywhere.
I was about to say that.
No, I have to I have to at least finish a playthrough of Starfield before I go to the Game Plus. I want to get the Game Plus.
No, but you don't, is what everybody says.
Well, everyone has. You can play it any way you want. That's what I love about Starfield.
Well, yeah, but New Game Plus though is, from what I've heard
people say both.
It's broken.
I thought it was pretty buggy, wasn't it?
Is it really?
Well, I've heard that it gets buggy like later throughout.
I heard like you get soft locked like 2 hours into the New Game Plus.
I'll take my time on the story then. I'll just go look for sandwiches or something.
He's gonna go do bounties.
Dude, you know what I love? You know why I love Starfield, right? You know why I love Starfield, right?
If it has bounties, I'm not playing.
It's not only bounties. It's not every mission is like a bounty, but I get to collect shit. I collect everything. A metal cup. I'm collecting it. It's in my ship in case I need it.
You're a fucking klepto, aren't you?
I don't know. I can't help it. I've got so many minerals and materials to craft guns when the time comes. It's going to be so great.
When the time comes. What if the time doesn't come?
It will come. I'm learning the game slowly, okay? I just learned how to activate the grav drive on the ship so I can jump to other orbits. It's awesome.
Here lies Todd the Gator. Did not finish Starfield.
I've actually got, I'm serious. I've got, at least 25 hours in this game already. And for me, that's a big leap.
Did it hit the turning point at did it like hook you, or is it just the collector?
It's everything, man. It's just everything. I mean, granted, the characters are the same old characters that Bethesda always puts out, the ones that are expressionless.
Fucking murders my soul.
I just overlooked that part. And I heard there's mods already where you can get much nicer looking.
Did you know that, the Drifter plays a character in Starfield?
He does?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he voices a character. I don't know what character.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know who it is.
Gator, did you think the Drifter was in the game?
I don't know.
That'd be funny. That'd be hilarious.
He would fit right in. It's all about space pirates and stuff. Come on, man. He would fit right in.
He would sit in the corner, be like, "Hey, you want some?"
He flip a
Smolin?
a gambit coin. I'm like, whoa, what? You got a green coin?
I'm tapping out.
What? What?
It would be funny.
Anything else you did this week, Hazel?
Not exactly. No. Just that, really. Cyberpunk, a raid.
Dude, I can't wait to play that.
Raid Shadow Legends.
By the way, I heard the Destiny lo-fi sounds today.
Yeah.
It sounded really good. I loved it. I love all that music, man.
From like weeks ago.
Maybe you should incorporate it into the show. It's free, right?
That's all copyrighted. No, I use copyright-free music. I go through story blocks if everyone wants to know. I use story blocks for all of my copyright-free music. So, you know what's funny is I'll use story blocks on videos on YouTube and I still get copyright claims. I say, hey, story blocks, leave me alone. They're like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. Well, if everyone is, all caught up with their week in Destiny, that means it's time for Frost to make his mark, Hazel. What do you think? Think he's got it? Can you think he can top Bell tonight?
I think so.
Is it time for my any % speedrun?
Exactly.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners, this segment is called the Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 600 possible questions for our guests, and Frostbyte here is going to have 2 minutes to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most answer will win a prize and title of 2023 Speedrun Champion. By the way, Rodimus is our 2022 Speedrun Champion. He'll be on later this year to defend his belt, I guess you could say. But the questions are custom curated by me, so no one can memorize the order, and just quickly answer what comes to mind. Tonight I'm going to read from my list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. Till the Bell is our current leader with 53 questions answered. What do you think, Frost? You want to give it a shot?
I'll give it a shot, but the $10 he sent me earlier might dissuade me.
Oh,
so
hold on, I'll edit that out. We read a note. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
All good.
You'll
Hazel,
edit that out?
Yeah, I'll let that out. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Hazel, we got 2 minutes on the clock.
That we do.
Ready, Frost? Come on, man.
I think so.
You got this. Just relax and let it flow, man. You got this. All right, here we go. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Warlock.
Sneakers, loafers, or flip-flops?
Sneakers.
Void, solar, arc, or stasis?
Stasis.
I know that one. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Britain.
Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Stiles?
Ryan Reynolds.
Controller or mouse and keyboard?
Mouse and keyboard.
Bow or sniper?
Bow.
Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit?
Strikes.
Are you an AMC Stubbs member?
Nope.
Fashion or function?
Function.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Tom Hiddleston.
Neomuna or Throne World?
Throne World.
Human, Awoken, or Exo?
Awoken.
Catapult or Dogapult?
Dogapult?
Is Scum Death your uncle?
Yes.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Europa.
Forest or ocean?
Forest.
Have you ever been to the lighthouse?
Yes.
What's the best sandwich?
PB&J.
What armor slot do you use as an exotic?
Arms.
Stay in or go out?
Stay in.
Ikor or Gatr Zavala?
Cade.
Do you like pickles?
Yes.
What number am I thinking of?
7.
Idris Elba or Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves.
What's your favorite word?
Run.
Destiny 2 seasonal events, yes or no?
Yes.
What's the one thing you own that needs to be thrown out?
Water ball.
And what's the worst job you've ever had?
Repair bit.
Auto rifle or trace rifle?
Auto rifle.
Do you have a tattoo?
Nope.
Crow or Cade?
Crow.
Favorite drink?
Lemonade.
Soup or sandwich?
Sandwich.
Solo or fire team?
Fire team.
Gas, electric, or diesel?
Gas.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Nope.
Xbox, PC, or PlayStation?
PC.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
Favorite music genre?
EDM.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Picard or Kirk?
I'm
Kirk.
Oh, you might be in the top 10. That's close.
I hope so.
If I'm looking at the numbers correctly on my list.
I thought I did pretty good.
I think you did good, man. You were cruising. There, a couple of them slowed you down a bit. That's just a killer on time, man. But
when you asked Crow or Cade, I was like, I like both. So I don't know how to feel about this, but I'll just say Crow.
For the record,
I was like, Crow's easier to say than Cade.
I gave you an extra point for that, by the way.
What?
Oh, did you? Thanks.
See, I have like a line right here of where there's like a line so I know when it's coming where Bell achieved his number, and you were getting to it quick, man. I thought you had it. Hazel, how did he do, man?
42.
Yeah, that was a good run, man.
Not that bad.
I think you're
better
in the top 10.
Better than my last one. I think the last time I did it, I was like at 35 or something like that. So
you had less
it definitely
time.
felt faster.
Yeah, you had less time too. So last time you were here,
but I kind of I already had an idea of what to say though. Like before, I was really thinking. This time, I was like, "Oh, I already know the answer to this question." I purposely threw some tough ones your way, and you answered them quickly. So good on you, man. That was a good run.
Yeah,
I'll take 42.
Yeah,
me and here I'll do a Sherpa for Bell, and we'll split the prize money.
There you go.
There you go.
Don't tell them about.
Plus, I have enough titles in the server, so.
Oh, okay. Hey, listeners out there, do you have a great speedrun question for our segment? If that's a yes, join our Discord and enter them into our speedrun question ideas channel. We'll add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And the only one I'll do that's open is what's your favorite. At the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice. And you can enter up to 5 questions to go into that very drawing. So good luck with it. And let's see what you got for next year. Good luck. Also, if you're enjoying what you've heard so far in our show, and you know someone who plays Destiny, do us a favor. The only way that we grow as a community and as a podcast is you telling a friend that plays Destiny to check us out. So all our links will be down there in our description. And hit that share button. Send them our way. Well, you know what? I think we're to that point, Hazel, Frostbyte. I think it's time for this week
at Bungie
and Destiny.
Or
see, Hazel
in
wasn't
Destiny.
here. Hazel wasn't here, so I could get away with it.
This is Kogo4, and you are listening to Guardian Downcast.
All right, Hazel, this week in Destiny for week 6. Damn, did I get that right? Damn, I got to look this up again I don't want to have to correct this again.
The answer is 7. The answer will always be 7.
Well, yeah.
It is week 6 currently.
Thank you.
The answer is 7.
So, Hazel, week 6, man. What's going on in this week in Destiny this week?
Amateur bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
How many years into this show?
I don't know. All on
amateur.
I even got it written in 2 different places in my notes, and I still couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Professional podcaster, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Yeah. Semi-professional bullshit. There we go.
There it is.
All right. So, in the Twibbed, whatever it is. Okay. New Nightfall and Trials rewards coming up here. So, the first one is the bow that Raffi is harassing everyone currently about because he wants to get it. This is a solar precision bow with perpetual motion, archer's tempo, perfect float, shoot to loot, enlightened action, and rangefinder in the left column. On the right column is incandescent, collective action, successful warm-up, opening shot, explosive head, and precision instrument. Sounds pretty nasty to me.
That is a nasty bow.
Sounds like that's going to kill some shit.
Can get it to 540 on a precision frame. It's really good.
That sounds nasty.
It's new Hush.
Yep. It looks like the Hush, too. So, I appreciate that. Okay. Next is the new Trials grenade launcher, the Cataphract GL3. This is an adaptive heavy grenade launcher that's strand, and nobody cares about it, so I'm moving on.
Thank you.
Okay. Checkmate weapons update. There is a huge section here, or well, huge for this TWAB, anyway, like a third of it. And they're talking about Checkmate and the changes that they're making and things like this. Pretty much, they're nerfing some things and buffing others, things like that. It's Checkmate. It's a single game mode. It's not even it's just, I don't understand why they're tweaking it like this unless they want this to really, be a thing. You know what I mean?
I think this will be a modifier next season.
I heard
a different kind of playlist.
I heard some people wanting it to replace Control as the quick play playlist everyone wants to play.
That'll never happen.
No,
that's what I heard.
I'll burn the fucking place down. If that were the case,
burn it.
But no, it's just, I just don't see that happening. To me, it just sounds too punishing. Where if you can't hit headshots, then why bother playing it? That's when you have Control. It's, you can go ahead and kill a bunch of shit and stuff like that. I'd like to see this in Trials.
Ooh.
That'd be interesting.
That would be fun. I
haven't played it though.
I got one super the whole night I played. That's how brutal it is on getting your super in the game. I think 2 people the whole game had their super.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, they did make some changes here, just so everybody's aware, regarding that. Hand cannons, pulse rifles. Everything basically got touched. So just, keep that in mind there. Next, Gunsmith focusing enters the chat.
Whoa.
So the Gunsmith will be able to focus weapons from Haka, Omelon, Weist, and Suros.
Holy shit. Is this Arms Day again?
Starting next season. What?
This reminds me of Arms Day.
No, it's not Arms Day.
Oh.
Huh?
Focus.
From the game we dare not talk about.
Oh, the game prior to Destiny 2.
Yeah.
We don't speak its name.
Yeah, exactly.
Careful. Don't wake the sleeping giant.
Exactly. Every time you do, the devil grows a horn. So with this, basically, it's going to be roughly day 1 for, the Gunsmith is going to have Omelon and Suros weapons. Day 2 is going to be Suros and Haka. Day 3 is going to be Haka and Weist. Day 4 is Weist and Omelon, and then it's going to rotate.
I like
from
this.
there.
This is cool.
So these are going to be basically everything from the I would say from the world loot pool, but it's not everything from there. There's going to be some things that aren't, just so everyone is aware. The weapons that will not be available, it's easier to go with those than the ones that will be. That will not be available for Gunsmith is going to be the contingency plan, the legal action, the number, the memory interdict, Pleiades corrector, the deicide, the vision, and the stochastic variable. Those will only be available from Xur.
God, stochastic variable needs help too.
I'm gonna be honest. I play so much high-end stuff. I don't really care about this at all for the most part, except for maybe focusing Typhon.
Well,
you know,
this
GLs be fun.
This is really good for players that don't have the time in that we do. Because they're going to be able to
That's fair.
Because, I mean, think about it. Looking at all these weapons, I guarantee that we all have really good rolls of most of these weapons.
But
Hazel, is that a new player argument he just made there?
See, I rephrased it so I wouldn't trigger him, and you went ahead and triggered him anyway, Frost.
Well, that's because I see through your lies.
What? Come on. I was being diplomatic. What about the new player? Point, there you go. You happy?
Who is this for? I just don't know who it's for. OMG. In true Bungie fashion, as I love to say, Bungie giveth and they taketh away.
Yeah.
So, what are they taking away, you ask?
Yeah, what are they taking away, Hazel? Good point.
They're taking away something.
I can't wait to hear this. This is going to be great. He's going to fucking go off.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
It is. I wish I had popcorn right
Wait a minute.
I can go make some real quick.
I'm looking ahead. What the fuck?
So, Bungie is basically taking away the ability, and what they're focusing in regarding how you focus these, is that you can only do these through gunsmith engrams.
Oh, come on, man.
What? It's not going to matter, Gatr.
It doesn't matter because this is the one thing I wouldn't mind. I don't mind because, well, it depends how many guns. Oh, see, I always have extra of these. I always have extra of these anyway.
But that's the thing, though. They're going to cost 3 gunsmith engrams and 5,000 glimmer. Now, when it comes to getting gunsmith engrams, you can get those through ranking up with the gunsmith.
Mm-hmm.
Lost sector completions. Oh. Normal gives you a 20% chance of getting one.
Oh.
Legend gives you a 40%, and Master gives you a 60%. Now, Legend and Master are solo platinum.
Oh, I love this.
And then free room chests give you a flat 20% chance.
Okay. That's even better. Hell yeah. Thank you, Bungie. This is awesome.
Thank you, Bungie.
This is awesome, man. They were able to farm this. I love this. Dude, I'm running these Legend Lost Sector solo. I got a 40% chance of getting an Engram? Hell yeah.
Hazel, just wait.
What?
Just wait. In 3 months, he'll change his tone. I know it.
What do you mean?
You know it.
I know.
Everyone knows it.
Is this because I haven't been playing Destiny at all? Maybe I'm forgetting a lot of stuff here.
No, it's just something right up your alley that you would probably complain about.
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint.
3 months from now, he's going to be like, who's this for? It doesn't even help the new player because the new player has to do all this stuff and jump through these hoops.
It's going to be asking him for 1 gunsmith engram instead of 3.
If I complain
exactly. Enough. And the glimmer's too high.
It's just too damn high.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So, aside from that, shit's broken.
There it is.
Yay.
Movie. Art. And a Stay Crafty from Sam.
Oh, I love the comic stuff. That's pretty cool. All right, Hazel. Thank you very much, as usual. You know what, guys? Let's take a small break and we'll be right back.
This is Danger Powers, and you're listening to Guardian Downcast.
Before we move on to our questions for the show tonight, and boy, do we have questions. Sorry, Hazel. There's more in there, man. when I first talked to Frost about coming on the show tonight, I said, dude, is there anything you want to talk about? Maybe a topic of the week or something? And you went, yes, I have words. So I'm going to pass the talking stick over to you, sir. And what do you want to talk about tonight, man?
So first on the docket today, or tonight, I should say, is artificial difficulty in Destiny 2, which is not at all a controversial topic and not at all will be probably talked about a lot in the show feedback channel, but we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
So, Gatr.
Yeah.
Hazel. What constitutes, in your opinion, artificial difficulty in terms of Destiny 2?
Hazel?
Oh, hitting me first.
Why not? I already have an answer chambered ready.
Oh, okay. So I think artificial difficulty to me comes from a sense of fairness, because to me, everything has a baseline of difficulty where everything is basically like when you first play a game, it introduces the world to you and how things interact and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, like the thrall that they're going to run at you in Destiny and, you mow them down basically. And you know that they hit you with arc damage when they use their claws and attack you.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you first play a game, it gives you that sense of the world. And to me, artificial difficulty is when things kind of skew too much to make it punishing in a way instead of fair.
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean by that is, like, I don't want to say day one raids are artificially hard and artificially difficult. But I would say that solo dungeons are artificially difficult because it's one person needing to do the same thing multiple times in order to get it done. So to me, it's more of an endurance test and a test of, not losing your sanity, and because nothing is more gut wrenching than, you're 15 phasing a boss and then the 16th time some fluky thing happens and then it's done. And then you have to redo everything.
I hate it when that happens.
Exactly. It's demoralizing for you and things like that. Now, I'm not saying, cut the boss's health in half or something like that. I'm just saying that, it should be scaled down somewhat, maybe to 3/4.
Or maybe not more than double a certain raid boss's health for a, certain boss in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, raid bosses should have the most health of anything in the game. When you start tweaking things like that, that to me is definitely artificially difficult. It's like, you're tweaking things to make things more punishing than anything else. So that's my answer regarding it.
Okay.
Kind of an out of the box kind of thought.
No, I like that. I like that train of thought. I do. I imagine for a game developer, it is super tough to balance artificial difficulty versus mechanics that are built into the game and what they expect the player to do in order to trigger the next step. I have to agree with the soloing thing because when you solo a dungeon to get that level 11, say that guardian rank, I think it should scale. It shouldn't be as difficult as if other two people were helping you with it. I think it should scale down, especially the health of the bosses, because I tried a couple times and finally even out of boredom and frustration, I just said, you know what? It's just not worth it. It's just not worth the time I'm putting into this. And the one thing, a good example of where the difficulty is perfect, in my opinion, is what I've been doing a lot of this season. And that's those legendary and master lost sectors. Those have been perfectly balanced for a solo player. I think I don't think it's balanced enough for 3 people running in there, but 3 people running through a master or legendary lost sector, it's not really rewarding. It's the solo play, which is, I'm loving it. I'm loving the solo player now.
Okay. I need to chime in real quick here. Okay. Just for clarification's sake. Okay. What is your power right now?
Good question. Let me look.
Because that makes all the difference when it comes to lost sectors.
See, but I've been under power every time. I think 1840 is the legendary, and I think it's 1860 for master.
Yeah, you'll always be under power.
Yeah,
you're always
saying,
like how close to pinnacle cap.
Okay. I'm at 1820. So I'm 10 above pinnacle. So I'm going in there.
Lost sectors are different though. Lost sectors you can actually overpower.
Yeah. Oh, no, I've always been under power. Maybe that's why I've been having so much fun with it. Cause I'm not like 1830, 18, you know, I'm not 20 above the pinnacle cap. I'm just like 10 or 11 above it. So in fact, when I played most of those when I was getting all my armor, my exotic armor, I was at 1817, in fact, if I remember correctly. And there was an 1840 event.
So he's probably at power cap then, not pinnacle. If I had to guess. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. That sounds right. I mean, I was at 1810. I was at pinnacle, but my artifact wasn't leveled up enough to add more to it. So, I think I had +7 on my artifact when I was playing those legendary lost sectors. I'm +11 or 12 right now, but I think I'm at 1822 almost. But, I'm a warlock. I'm at 1822. I'm looking at Dim. But it was perfect. And the one thing I do love that Destiny is doing now is the fact that they're not raising power level, but what they're doing is they're capping the power that you can bring into a higher level activity. Like,
what now?
Like your Grandmasters, right? Yeah, it's Grandmasters. You're at a fixed rate going in. You can't exceed this certain light level, power level. Isn't that right, Hazel? You run GMs more than I do.
Right. Yes. You're capped at Grandmasters. Yes.
Right. So the fact that they don't allow you to overpower yourself for those events, but for legendary lost sectors, I think it's a perfect balance right now. But a lot of things in Destiny, like you mentioning solo dungeons, I just don't even try them because I know from trial and error, I'm going to have to be in there for hours and hours until I finally got enough reps to where I can cheese through it and get through it. But that's when I hear artificial difficulty, that's kind of where my mind goes, is excessive damage, bosses that are very much damage sponges. And it's just, you can only do so much in a matter of time. So you have to, like you said, you have to 15 phase the boss to finally get through it. I think it should scale down a bit for a solo player. And that would be my definition of artificial difficulty. What about you, Frost? Where do you stand on this?
So it's a little weird because I'm used to being on both sides of the fence a lot. So the elitist that wants, it to be super hard, I want to challenge myself, but also there are days where it's just like, man,
just want to chill.
I really don't want to do that. So it's like being there. When I think of artificial difficulty, to me, it's really boils down to modifiers.
Oh God. Yes.
For instance, Chaff, I think that's how you pronounce it. The one that just removes your radar. Yeah. Why?
What's that other one? There's another one called, that takes you can't regenerate your health without these stupid wells.
I want to say Helping Hands, but I know it's not.
No, it's like drought or something. It's some conditional.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people yelling at their player right now.
See, normally I'm the person that's yelling at you guys through the screen, but I haven't played Destiny in a bit, so since Wednesday.
I gotta look it up. But yeah, I get it, man. That's a good point. I failed to mention that, but that is, geez, those are just such stupid modifiers.
I mean, cause so for instance, my kind of point is, so I'm doing a raid with Hazel, right? Mm-hmm. And we're like, yeah, let's go do the master. The master raid shouldn't require them to shove 15 modifiers on top of it to make it hard. It just should feel innately hard enough. That's kind of how I view it.
Don't they throw more champions at you?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
But
the modifiers
aside from day one raids, the champions really aren't scary.
Okay.
Afterwards, they're kind of just babies in master, and so it's that I guess I'm wanting that day one feel when I'm wanting a harder difficulty, but at the same time, like, I understand its place in the world because not everyone wants to go through that day one experience. I sure know I don't want to anytime soon after my horrible experience at Ron and Deepstone Crypt. But I still want to like have that ability to go back and say, you know what? I want to experience that real difficulty in the game, not the artificial. And that's where I feel like day one kind of gets right, is like, it doesn't feel like artificial difficulty, even though it might be sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that wrong for me to say? I feel like I'm hitting something here, but I don't know.
I got a question.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead.
I get it. I was looking over I was trying to find the name of that modifier, by the way.
Isolation or something. Shit.
I still can't find it.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
But for me though, I found one that to me is like now, okay, it might just be me, but I find it the epitome of artificial difficulty regarding perks and modifiers and that. And that is famine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I hate famine
That's
so much.
That's the one that doesn't give you a lot of ammo drop, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's so stupid.
So it's like, how do you play around that? So you have to use more abilities, you use more mods for scavenger then, finders, things like that. I guess that's what you would do, which, is fine. I understand why Bungie does what they do. It's basically to make you change things up. So you can't just run one build all the time for everything. But I don't know. It just feels empty to me.
I think, and this kind of hits a second point we put down here, is like, so when the times artificial difficulty feels good, it feels really good. But when it doesn't, it's not fun. And everyone sits there and it's like, why is the way things like this, you know? Like, so there are certain points where I would say sometimes artificial difficulty does have a place, but there are a lot of times where I feel like it doesn't. And, yeah.
What about
Master kind of does that a lot.
What do you think about lock loadouts? You think that consider that artificial difficulty? In fact, you can't switch out any weapons on the fly?
No, actually, I don't. The reason being is because, so normally, like, to me, locked loadouts is like, okay, you have to go in with a plan, and we're only conforming you so that way, you know, if what you're doing is supposed to be this hard,
mm-hmm.
you should really think about what you're doing. So, like, for instance, if day ones had locked loadouts, that would make it, you know, crazy hard, but at the same time, like, it's a part of difficulty that I feel like is acceptable. That's where I'm saying, like, maybe if it does constitute as artificial difficulty, there's some boundaries where I feel like I'm okay with it, but
what about it? What about extinguish, where everyone has to go to orbit if everyone dies?
That I don't like.
I don't like that either.
That's fine for me.
Really? I mean, well, you have to just play more cautiously, right?
There needs to be a punishment to me.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like day one, that's when I would be like, extinguish kind of makes sense.
What about match game?
Match game, I mean, to be fair, match game.
Out. And what happens if you have...
they eliminated match game though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I kind of...
Okay.
Match game really doesn't matter if you have like anti-barrier, because you'll just go through the shield and hit their health directly, so match game kind of is pointless at that point. Even though you'll be doing reduced damage, you'll still be able to kill the thing, so.
Yeah, but they deleted it from the game, so.
Yeah, if you get booted too, you can't rejoin. Join in progress is disabled. That sucks. What if you get weaseled? Can't rejoin your buds. They have to just back out and start over. I get it. I get why they put that in place, but why not tie it to an IP? where if you get booted from that fire team, that you can be brought back. So my internet fails or the server fails me. So now I have to, all my two buds that are with me have to back out and start over. That seems to be BS to me. Okay, I'm trying to find it. I can't find it, man. I'm looking.
But a well of life or something like that, isn't it?
It's one word. It's a one word.
Somebody's yelling.
Someone's
right,
like,
I can hear.
Damn it, Gatr.
I think, I just thought of Lost Light, but I don't know if that's 100% correct either.
It's killing me.
I don't think so.
It sounds right to me in my head, but
it's like Famine, but it's not Famine. It's another one. It's one of the sister ones that are just as bad. Damn it.
No, it'll bug us.
It's going to bug me. It's going to bug me now.
It's going to bug our listeners too, because they're going to be like,
I'll probably remember this tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be in the raid tomorrow and I'll ask someone, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's this. And I'm going to be like, God damn it.
0.2 seconds later. Yeah.
It's like evaporation or what the hell is that word?
I think you're thinking of empath, but anyway,
I'll get this.
My question is, I have a follow-up to this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to see then? Like what? Like, I mean, Gatr, you mentioned, no extinguish and things like that. So what would you like to see then?
I mean, extinguish, I'm on the fence. The fact you can't move weapons around, say you get rid of one boss and you want to switch over to something else. I don't think equipment should be locked. I think that's stupid. Cause that's forcing you to play a narrow way. You can't really adapt to the bosses that are coming at you. And what if something comes that you need a different element? You can't do it. You just have to just sit there and just wail on those shields, I know they made it easier with the shields, but that's my main pet peeve is the lock loadouts when I do those solos.
Okay. So you'd like to see them take lock loadouts out of the game?
Why? What is the benefit of lock loadout really? I mean, how's that more challenging? All you're doing is just limiting what I can do to switch, to adapt to the game that's coming at me. Now, extinguish, I kind of understand because that's the old Nightfall days in Destiny 1. Oops. Sorry, Rodimus. I woke him.
But
you woke the giant.
I did.
But just because it was in Destiny 1 doesn't mean that
Rodimus.
It gets a free pass.
I get it. I mean, cause you're going in these GMs and they have extra shields. They have different shields and it's just.
Yeah. So what you do, Gatr, is, that's the thing that I don't think you've ever understood about GMs.
I'm just using that as an example, but yeah.
But no, I'm just saying though. That's the thing I don't think you've ever understood about GMs is because you've never gone in and tried to do one with two people that don't know what you're doing.
Oh.
And exactly. See that? Oof?
It's rough.
Yeah, that is rough.
But do you see that though? That's the thing though, is that's the learning part. Mm-hmm. That's where it's like, okay, so, there's no Datto video. There's no Mactix video for this. It's just the three of us, we're going in, we're going to get this shit figured out and we're going to figure out like what to do. You've never had that. You've never tried it that way before. So, but that's the thing though, is with locked loadouts, it actually, to me, it makes it more fun because you actually have to,
plan ahead.
The wiping is the fun part because it's like, okay, that didn't work. So we got to try this. Let's, I'll switch to this. You stay what you're on and we'll go from there.
Okay. I get your point.
And it's that incremental progress that, that gives you that sense of like completion, which, let's be honest here. Destiny does not really ever give you that sense of that feeling unless you're doing a day one raid.
Yeah.
And then you're going to hate your fire team afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah. Contest mode is a pain. It is.
I think I'm with Hazel on that. Like, I want to have that sense of like mastering something and like learning it. But when it's like just kind of given to you, that like sense of like wanting to overcome that difficulty has kind of just subsided. because you can just brute force it, you know?
Mm-hmm. There comes a point, though, where the developer has to realize there's a point at which the gamer just goes, you know what? Fuck it. It's just not worth it. I'm out. There has to be a line there that they can't make us cross.
But not everything is for everyone, though.
That's true. Attrition. Worst modifier ever. I finally found it. Attrition. Get rid of that modifier, Bungie. Attrition is horrible. Horrible.
We found it.
I found it.
We found it.
Stop screaming at myself in the future.
Yes. Attrition. Get rid of it.
No. Keep attrition. It's actually pretty damn fun.
What? No. It's terrible, man. Oh,
dude.
When you're by yourself in a legendary or master lost sector and your attrition is on, it just slows the game down. It makes you sit behind areas to revive eventually.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
I don't go into lost sectors anymore because I pretty much have all of the exotics that I need, so I don't really feel a need to do them.
I'm kind of in that boat, but
Pinky in the air.
Hey, I'm in the Pinky in the Air group.
I'm not there yet.
Don't come after me.
I'm still a peasant. I still have stuff to get.
Actually, when
you're not a peasant.
You described attrition.
Yes.
I actually thought it was something else. I hate the one where it's if you get separated from your teammates, like you're X meters away. That's the one I hate. Yeah. Attrition I'm actually fine with.
What? Attrition? I mean, you can have 100 recovery. It doesn't matter. Attrition's on.
Yeah, but I mean,
why have recovery?
I'll still heal.
Yeah, you heal, but it slows the game down so much. You have to sit behind barriers and just wait forever for it to kick back in.
Can't you just run solar and just throw a healing grenade on?
Just run Lorelei.
Yeah, you can run. You can throw a rift. You can throw a rift down, but you only get so many of those, and you're going up against.
What are you talking about? You get so many of them.
Actually,
bitch, that shit regenerates.
Well, it depends on your build, but
what game are you playing? It doesn't matter what build.
Attrition sucks.
Speaking about builds, Bungie. If you're a Titan main and you're playing solar, put on Phoenix Cradle. Your fire team will love you. My best friend, Solitude, he runs Phoenix Cradle. He's a Phoenix Cradle main. Way better than Lorelei.
Yeah.
Putting that out there. If you use Lorelei,
I get it. You can use restoration setups and you can cure and do all that stuff. I get it, but it just slows the game down. It's just needlessly slows the game down.
It doesn't have to slow the game down. And that's kind of the other side to this is, nothing really needs to slow the game down in a manner of speaking if you're prepared for it.
It just,
I agree with that.
When you have to set up your build for one modifier, it just seems like a waste. It just seems like a waste, man. That's just one modifier that's just so wasteful.
But then you don't.
Give me extra shields.
Here's the thing though, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see the data from Bungie about what modifiers people play and which ones they don't.
Just avoid. Yeah. That'd be great.
I think that'd be cool to see. Now, this is a Pinky in the Air moment and just a UI kind of thing. So empath is, when they have enhanced radar for yourself and that you take increased damage from melee.
Right. It's like light switch. Light switch? Oh, I hated that.
Light switch, but it gives you enhanced radar. The thing is, though, is that they always pair empath and chaff together. So when chaff removes your radar.
Thank you.
What's the point?
Thank you.
Exactly.
Well, wait. I was just going to say this, Hazel. Not sorry to interrupt. Just keep your thought. Every time I see empath on, I never have radar. And it's because frickin' chaff is with it. Why have those two together?
Because they want to have the increased melee.
It's light switch. They got rid of that in the other game because no one would play it whenever light switch was on. No one played it.
No,
wouldn't it just be easier?
I remember I would get punched by a vandal and be dead. It sucked. Yeah.
But see, is that artificial difficulty though? When you get punched by one enemy or shot by one thing and you die?
Because whenever light switch was on, say on a strike or soloing something in the game, they didn't have lost sectors in the first game. So like, parts of the Braytech facility in Venus, I remember I would just stand up high and sit there and methodically kill everything, especially those damn invisible vandals that you would hear, but never knew where they were coming because you didn't have radar. So
then you use explosive head and you'd shoot the ground or something like that.
It helped. Explosive rounds helped, but it slowed the game down to where it really didn't need to be slowed down.
Oh my God, it slowed the game down, did it?
It just, all it made me do was just... What
game do you want to play?
No, instead of playing the game the way it was meant to play, I'm just going to hide up in my little perch, and because of this one modifier, it just is no fun, dude. If you think it's fun, I guarantee you they got rid of that mechanic or that modifier in the first game because no one wanted to play it. It was a total buzzkill whenever that modifier was on anything. And that's kind of what empath is combined with chaff. It's light switch.
But here's the thing though, is what kind of game do you want to play? Do you want to play something where you just get to just mow through everything?
No.
And there's very little challenge and things like this. And
if you took chaff, if you have empath and you have enhanced radar, don't put chaff with it. Why cancel out that modifier? Don't even give it to us. If you're going to put chaff on, just put chaff on. Don't even put empath on, because then you're going to get one shot punched by whatever, a freaking little baby fallen, a small one will come and hit you and you're dead. So why combine those two? I never understood that. But here's the thing. It doesn't, if you took chaff away, the game is still hard to play. It's still challenging to play. It's an artificial modifier that does not need to be in the game. It adds nothing to the game to make it more fun. Same with attrition.
What? Whoa. Now we're talking about something different.
You asked me if I wanted to just run over.
You talked about fun. Fun is not even something we've even talked about with this.
Fun's a very arbitrational value that
it is. And fun is when 3 people get through a dungeon without dying, and that's challenging and you did it. But there's no stupid chaff or light switch or attrition where we all had to take an extra 2 minutes to everyone get their health back before we can go back out and fight. It's just such a stupid modifier. The game's already tough and challenging. We don't need that extra stuff put in the game. We can still enjoy the game as is without those modifiers. I think community agrees.
I say there's like kind of 2 types of fun there, right? So there's the fun where it's like, your party game in Crucible, like Team Scorch kind of deal, where it's like, or like Mayhem, where everyone gets everything really quickly, and it's an easy, like, kind of payoff system. But then there's also the other kind of fun, which is the dopamine rush you get from completing something that's really hard as well, right? Because, like, say you play a Souls game, right?
Well, I was just going to ask you that next, but you beat me to it.
Yeah, like that sense of accomplishment of why is this franchise so beloved by everyone, and why does everyone say it's fun, even though, like, it's painful? Well, it's because that level of difficulty, that sense of overcoming that difficulty, is what makes you feel great and what you define as fun. So, I mean, it kind of, you can be in one or other camp, or you can be in both. I think that's kind of where that fun bit is going at. And I think that, at least for you, you're on
I'm not
one side more than the other.
I'm not that player. And when I played Elden Ring and a boss would one-shot me and I had to go all the way back to the map and run all the way back over to the boss again, which took time, stupid time. I don't like that stuff.
Stupid time.
No, it's dead time. I mean, if you're going to have a Souls game, no problem. Put me back at the door where I can just walk in and fight the boss all over again. Don't put me out in the field where I got to run 5 miles to get to the boss again. That was Elden Ring, man. That was painful.
See,
you had to go to a bonfire.
Not to be, funny about it and everything, but that sounds like a skill issue to me, because usually,
now you're trying to
usually with those things, not Bungie, but FromSoft, they give you some sort of marker outside of the door.
It's a bonfire, and the bonfire on this particular boss wasn't near. And it's just stupid time. I had to run across the map just to get back into the encounter again. And then everything started over. Whatever damage you did, it didn't matter. You're starting from scratch again. And I love the boss fights. Don't get me wrong, but don't punish me and make me walk halfway across the game to get back to it again. Okay, I lost. Put me at the door again so I can just start right back in and get it done. Not needlessly have to cross through the world to get back to that boss area again. It was with those little campfires. That was the checkpoint you're talking about, Hazel.
Exactly.
It was never
there's
door,
one of those there. I mean, or around there or something like that. I mean, you shouldn't, it's not something where if you're, I think you're missing the point of that game too, because you're supposed to kill everything or avoid as some of it, but you're supposed to either make your way through it so that way you can get to another checkpoint and go from there.
Yeah, it was all about lighting fires everywhere, as many as you could, but they were sporadic. They weren't everywhere.
There's a pathway in, specifically because we're talking about Elden Ring, there's a pathway in the Land of Rot area. It's basically like a zigzag staircase. I remember when I was playing it, I literally just ran through to get to the checkpoint and just prayed that I wouldn't die on the way up, so that way I could get to the checkpoint. Because, I could either spend 200 years killing all these enemies that I probably could easily kill, but I'll die a lot, or I can, be, just praying I run up through this hill and don't lose my way and I get the checkpoint, which I ended up doing. But,
I'm not the type of player who likes that kind of stuff. I just throw me back in to try again. That's the way all video games were when I played back in the day. If you died, you lost a life.
Murder.
You lost your life, and say like Exuvius, you die, you lose your life, you start over at that level again. But making me run across the map, that's artificial crap. That's so stupid. It's just a time killer, time waster. Anyway, I'm not the person to talk to about Souls games because I haven't played enough of them, but man, the little bit I have played them, a
Souls game is basically just like a big GM kind of thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I guess.
It's just getting hit in the junk constantly until you learn your way through it.
It's a solo GM with a lot more bosses, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. And probably a better story than GM.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, I asked Gatr about that. So what kind of game would you like, Frost?
Where, where I draw the line?
Regarding difficulty and things like that.
I would say, if at least how I kind of put myself, because like I said, I like being on both sides, but, sometimes I have to choose. But if I do have this all-encompassing choice, it's kind of like you either have that really casual experience that would probably like to cater to like Gatr, or for instance, when you hit that master modifier, it's cranked up. Like, it's not coming down. That's kind of where I feel. It's like when I want to experience something like that, I want to really have that difficult time and experience that challenge, but, not always. So I guess there's that. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for that.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to get roasted. It's time for me. It's all about time. I have limited time to play.
Here's the thing though, Gatr. You said yourself that you think that the community would agree with you. So why would they roast you?
Well, I think they're going to agree with me as far as the stupid modifiers like attrition and famine and the having empath on and then canceling out with chaff.
See, I think, to me, canceling it out with chaff, I'm fine with it, honestly. I don't care. To me, it's just a UI thing. That's purely the only reason why I mentioned it. Mm-hmm. Not that it takes away the enhanced radar, because I don't care about the enhanced radar.
I do.
Well, no shit you do. But I don't. I don't care because you know why? I like the challenge. I'm fine with it. So I want to go back here because what you're saying sounds so much. I mean, I'm going to have to pin this and just print this out or something so that way I have it constantly.
What?
Can we read the transcript, please?
Yeah, let's go to the tape.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
Live from New York.
Yeah. Live from New York. It's soccer. GMs aren't actually that hard. They just require some time and effort to nail down. But time and effort isn't something that most of us D2 players like committing when we pretty much get whatever loot we want from certain activities or focusing from vendors.
Where have I heard that before?
It's his take for the question of the month.
Yeah, that's his hot take.
Oh.
Now, I'm not campaigning for soccer to get
no, that's a great statement.
But,
soccer for mud? we'll throw it next to Sin for mod.
Yeah, there we go.
Sin's got to earn it. We already threw
and
the
Storm
down.
For mod.
We threw it down the gauntlet for Sin. He knows what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
He has to beat
Let's go.
He has to beat Bell to become mod.
So, I come back to that because I listened to Gatr talk about what he wants, and it just seems like this almost casual experience.
It's just, that's the way I like to play my content. I love to go through Legendary Lost Sectors because they take 10 to 14 minutes max, and I can just farm them, do them over and over and over again until I get what I need. That's why I love doing those. They're just enough challenge where you can't just run out there and bulldoze stuff. You'll get killed by the champions. But, and my God, those unstoppables are not unstoppables, but the, overload ones, they're such a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. You'll get them down to a sliver. They'll hide and they'll be all back to full health in like 2 seconds. It's so annoying, but that's part of the challenge, right? That's why you're doing a Legendary Lost Sector. But come on, man, attrition where I have to look for wells out in the middle of the open area just to get my health back, or I have to sit behind a rock for like a full 60 seconds to get my full health back. Come on. That's just stupid. Or
you can run solar and...
Yeah, it's the grenades, yes. But then I take away from having to use my other grenades.
Yeah. Oh my God. You got to make a choice and you have to actually play the game.
Why not throw a scorch grenade, Hazel, if I didn't have that modifier? Then I can use a grenade and scorch and stun the champions that way. But I can't. Now I got to worry about my stupid health, which means they're taking a grenade away that I could be using for another champion. You see what I'm saying?
So then what about using, there's other ways to stun overloads.
Hear me out. You run,
You say stasis. I swear to God.
No, I wasn't going to say stasis.
I swear to God, at the fucking ice show. I'm about to bleep myself.
No, it's actually a exotic ally running for GM sometimes. Sunbracers.
Okay.
Where you don't have to play the game of are they stunned or are they not. You just play is the floor lava and they die.
Just throw grenades like crazy. Yeah, I love that.
But not all of us are warlocks, so I
love that build.
I kind of understand.
It's a great build.
Yeah, it is fun.
But that, I guess, kind of falls into my argument of, I guess a bit before of, well, if the artificial difficulty isn't there and I can just brute force it, I don't have to stun the champion. I can just chuck 4 solar grenades at its feet and it'll die anyways. Is it really worth being there? That's
the line.
Exactly.
Though. That's the line. Whether you get bored. There's that frustration / boredom line, and they can't have us cross it either way. It's got to be perfectly balanced where we're still enjoying what we're doing. If we just ran over everything, it's like you're playing a team that's half your skill in Crucible. You just run over them every game. What fun is that? You get bored after 2 games. Same with PvE. It's the same thing. But if there's just a good balance of challenge and not stupid modifiers like I've already drilled into everyone's head now, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about artificial difficulty.
The show's title is Perfectly Balanced as All Things Should Be.
Nice.
All right, I'll write it down.
Yes.
I'll write it down.
I mean, that's a pretty long
title. I don't know.
Maybe you can shorten that a bit.
Perfectly,
but, I mean,
perfectly balanced as all should be.
Maybe put it at do like an acronym.
Perfectly balanced? ?
What was the first statement you said? Perfectly
balanced as all things should be. That's the Infinity War meme.
Things should be. That's too long a title, but I'll tweak it.
That's why I said like perfectly balanced ? Like,
okay.
That might be good.
Yep.
This is why I'm here. I'm here to name things.
You never know where our titles come from. They can come from a question someone throws at us in Discord. You just never know, man. It just hits us all of a sudden. That's a runner.
I still like my original idea.
What's that?
Where it was like show titles that were like Hazel and Gatr and the whatever from the show.
And the whatever?
Yeah, so it was like something from the show. So it was like Hazel and Gatr
you
and
like the more, yeah. You like
kind of like a Harry Potter title kind of thing, like and the Goblet of Fire, but it would be like Hazel and Gatr and the no good, very bad week at Bungie.
You know the reason why I got away from a lot of those titles? Because I love those titles too. Google doesn't like them. Google likes those keywords. That's the reason.
So he's an algorithm man.
No, I'm just saying I'm not totally deaf to the algorithm, but I have to keep that in mind when people are searching for stuff to listen to. I'll edit that out.
I'm just giving you a crap.
That's right. I'll edit that out anyway.
Hey everyone, this is Kingsley Mack from the Guardian Hub podcast, and when I'm not raiding, this is one of the top podcasts I love to listen to, Guardian Downcast.
All right. Well, I think we kind of beat that horse.
I think we did
pretty badly.
Yes. Is there a horse?
Please, did you have something else you want us to?
We have a second one to talk about.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's murder this one.
This one is a lot more tame. It's not as controversial.
Oh, it's just a pony. I don't want to be that.
It's a nice, cute little puppy. So I kind of wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on this because I have a couple thoughts. That's why I wanted to talk about it. But I'm calling it the Final Shape Checklist. What are you wanting out of the next DLC? Whether that be story beats, sandbox wise, that actually might be controversial. Or, so they talked about the episodes coming out. I know we've talked about a bit of will it be in the past? Will it be in the future? Is it in the present? They kind of hinted at being all three, but, what is something specific you want? I'll kind of go first.
Okay.
For specifically episodes, I want to go back to see stuff from the Dark Age. I know that's kind of harping a bit more on D1. I said the word, but I think there's a lot of cool story because you know how we always keep getting references to Savathun stopped the witness and changed its mind. I would like to kind of see that happen in game or in some form of media that isn't just text from a lore book, you know?
Sure.
Or I think it would be cool if, say, in an episode or in a DLC drop in the future beyond the Final Shape where we're in the past, that you're in the Battle of Six Fronts and you can choose which front you're on, right? But what ends up happening is your character, even though you're on this one front, maybe one way or another gets routed to the main event where you get to see Shaxx and the those guardians holding the one front by themselves. I think like stuff like that would be really cool to see. That's just because like I know this game has so much in the backstory department that we haven't seen. And I want to see that because the future stuff hasn't been fleshed out as much. Maybe that's why I'm feeling that, but there is, like, I do want to know that what's going to be happening in the future, and I'm sure we'll probably learn about that sometime, but at least that's what I feel like episodes should be about, because, you know, seasons, I feel like, is more present, but, like, episodes to me sounds like more like a past kind of thing. So, I don't know. That's kind of how I feel.
Hazel, you want to go first? You want me
to? I've been thinking about this since you mentioned it.
Go ahead.
Insert Jeopardy theme.
Well, it's...
No, I'm making fun of you.
Well, no, I'm just... Because, I mean, what do I...
It's like, you got the whole world, so what should I narrow it down to, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm like, I mean, to a degree, I mean, what I don't have really any expectations outside of just having a really good story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad to say that. I mean, because, I mean, the world is huge and everything else. But, I mean, that's the only thing that they're basically focused on.
Well, they said they were tying loose ends, right? At least that's kind of what they said. What happens after the final shape, kind of like an epilogue. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. That's
I mean,
what they mentioned.
It all depends, though, you know? But I mean, that's the only thing that they've talked about. So, I mean, the Zur rework and things like that, sure, but it just...
The upcoming, like, main DLC, so, like, the final shape itself, I'm keeping a super open mindset about that, so, like, I'm kind of like, I don't care what's gonna happen, I hope it's good, I'm not gonna see any leaks, I just want to experience...
Absolutely.
The 10 years of...
I'm with you.
Like, a finished product.
I don't want to hear any
That's
cheats.
what I want to feel. I don't want If it's a Lightfall, I think I might stop playing the game.
Oh, they can't have a Lightfall. It can't be another Lightfall.
No, it's...
Lightfall was a filler.
They've already
mentioned
They've already said that it's not going to happen like that. So, I mean, they've already said that it's going to get a, you know, an actual ending and things like this at the end of the campaign and things like that. So, I'm not worried about that part of it, honestly. I don't know. I mean... Yeah, just basically like a really good story. I mean, I have my own thoughts as what they're going to do with that story. I mean, I think that part of it is going to be like, as you're going through the Pale Heart, that you're going to see like some old D1 things.
Rodimus is going to have an ape shit fit.
Well, no, I mean, but you figure though, they've already shown the old tower.
We want some payoffs.
Yeah. Plus,
well, it's nostalgia. Not even payoffs. It's kind of like nostalgia and the callbacks.
Yeah, remember when you played at the tower? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think there's going to be like basically like this area where it's just, you know, the old tower and then some other things and stuff like that throughout the entire game, basically, throughout the entire Pale Heart. So, I mean, it's just, you know, little callbacks to, you know, the good times when, you know, servers worked and shit like that. So
they make you do a spare league racing mission for a campaign mission.
There you go.
That's all it is basically this is all set up to bring back Sparrow Racing.
I found it. What about you, Gatr?
Now, you said what I want, right? Not what I think is going to happen.
What would you want? So this could be like, you know, Crucible, you want Checkmate to become the next main playlist.
I'm not going to go Crucible route. I've so thought about this. As soon as Final Shape ends, whether when the raid is done, when the day one raider's done, and in the story, and it opens up the Pale Heart, and we run out into those areas, Bungie has a perfect opportunity here to grab so many players, new and old. I don't know if they're going to do it, though. I think they're going to drop the ball. I really hope they don't. But what they should do, if I was Bungie, with these episodes, because that was the question, right? The episodes?
Episodes are a part of it.
Okay.
Part of it,
right.
Not everything.
I mean, we want the hero moment, right? We want to kill the witness and tell her to go back to where she came from and all the bodies spew out of her or whatever. I'm there for it, man. I want to have an open mind, like you said, Frost. I don't want any spoilers. I don't want any leaks. I won't be looking at any social media when it comes down that time. And however way that turns out, I'm along for the ride, Bungie. But when it comes to the episodes, I'm looking at these episode cards, and it's not what I was hoping to see. And they're showing Vex and Fickrel and things that I think we should be already putting that stuff to bed. Maybe not the Vex, but Fickrel. He's done and over with. We don't need to know about Fickrel. That's front and center on one of the episodes. Bungie has a perfect opportunity right here to do what Disney has been doing with Star Wars. And that is doing individual...
dropping the ball?
Well, no, they're not dropping the ball. Disney's killing it. Ahsoka is kicking ass. Ahsoka is badass. I love that show. And don't get me started with, what was the one where they were,
Obi-Wan?
No. No, they've all been good. I think they've all been good. Yes,
the
one,
Mandalorian?
No. The one that was talking about all the...
No, that one sucked. No,
Mando
not the other one that sucked
Mando was
either.
good. Boba was good. I don't care what you say.
Boba was good.
I think they all had their good points. They did.
Oh,
they all had their good points.
God.
And yes, I think some of the storylines slipped a bit. I'm a little more lenient with Star Wars because why are we going down that? Let's not throw it.
Because you brought it up.
Well, no. I think Bungie has an opportunity here to do what Disney is doing and fleshing out all the characters of the story, the main characters. Why not hear about Ikora, how she got started as a little girl and became part of the Vanguard? That alone is a season. That's an episode right there in itself. Why not, talk about how Cade become Cade? Let's hear about all the resets he had to go through when he messed up or when the Vanguard had to wipe his memory. Let's hear about that. Let's hear about Zavala. I mean, you saw some of Zavala's, when a cutscene where he kept dying and coming back to life and dying. That was some of the best cutscenes I've seen so far in Destiny 2. Why not build those characters up and then flesh them out where we have feelings for these characters and then roll into the next saga in 2024? It's a perfect opportunity to do that. Unfortunately, I've learned my lesson from expecting too much from Bungie, so I'm going to keep that to myself as far as what I'd like, what I'm hoping will happen. But Bungie has a perfect opportunity here to do the character building, and that's what I think they should do in the episodes after the final shape.
Yeah, I think that's a better answer than do what Disney did.
Well, Disney's doing that. They're fleshing out characters. We never knew anything about Boba Fett or Mandalorian.
Well, actually, we did in comic form.
Well, no, but that's the thing.
The books,
that's the same thing with Destiny lore. There's so much we don't know in Destiny lore because most people don't access it. That's why I put a damn episode out about Destiny lore and talked to Dez and Laz about it, because a lot of people don't know where to access it, and if they do, they don't know where to begin, where to start. So it's the same thing with Bungie. You know from the comics, the Star Wars comics, all about these characters, but for the layman who just watches the movies, it's a perfect opportunity to bring people into the Star Wars universe. Same thing with Bungie. Same thing with Destiny. That's what I hope they do.
To be fair, though, like going back and seeing like Val Winter in action actually would be kind of cool, and like Drifter when he's shaken in his Dark Age times. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, we and Hazel have talked about the Iron Lords back when in the Battle of Six Fronts. I mean, those would be great stories as well. I mean, they have such a rich storyline that the writers at Bungie have developed. Why not flesh all those out and use it? But I don't.
Because, I mean, I don't know if Bungie can find a way to incorporate our Guardian and our stuff in the past.
Sundial ?
I could see that. I mean, I can see your point there, Hazel. Tying it together.
I mean, I think the sundial is a great tool, and I could see him doing it, or maybe I couldn't see him doing it.
I mean, we're basically Doctor Who at that point, you know?
Well, you got the Vex.
Exactly.
The Vex already manipulating time and simulation, so why not? You can use the Vex for anything. You can move anything around. Just use the Vex for that. Maybe that's
so
what the Vex.
Terminator. It's Terminator.
Exactly.
Now we're Terminator.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now the Vex are going to go back and try to kill Zavala as a baby, and we have to.
You hear in the lore about the dark future and stuff. I mean, it's all the lives. Never mind. I won't get into it.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I would love to see it, but I think that's more of an anime, a live action thing.
Could be
something in the Destiny verse.
I'll watch it.
I want that so bad.
I'll watch
but
it.
I know
Just
we're
please
not
do it
gonna get
right.
it.
Just please do it right. Don't do it wrong. You got to do it right though. You got to have the right people.
Yeah, don't do what
involved.
Disney does. There we go.
Disney, I'm telling you, I'm liking what Disney's doing. I don't care what you say. I'm an old school. I love anything that the guys have been bringing back.
It'd be cool if it was like in the Edge Runner animation. That would look sick.
Yeah. And then hear Gatr go, "It's anime. I don't want to watch it."
Actually, oh God, do I admit this?
I started a new one today.
I actually started watching
Hold up. Crank up the volume.
No.
I can't hear you. The mic's not near your mouth.
I'll mention it on another episode. I want to make sure.
No.
I want to make sure.
He said, I think
I'm looking into One Piece. Okay,
he said,
looking into One Piece. Is it called One Piece?
Anime or the live action?
Both. But 1,000
There's
episodes.
only one correct
1,000
answer.
episodes, dude. How am I going to get through 1,000 episodes of that? And I heard people tell me it's not even any good until you get to like 300. Really? 300?
What you should do is,
man. I don't know if I have the time for
not
that.
watch One Piece because it takes forever, and I agree with that opinion. And actually go watch Bleach because 1,000 Year Blood War just came out, and you can actually catch up on Bleach, which is actually pretty good.
See, my biggest fear is I'll start watching anime and I'll get sucked in, and I won't have time to do anything else.
Goodness.
Because there's so much shit I want to do already, Hazel. I want to play Starfield. I want to play Cyberpunk. I want to finish the story in Destiny. And I want to make videos and I want to do more podcasts. I have only so much time and I just got to avoid it right now.
See, I talked to my wife about this same thing. This ended up with my ass on the couch.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Let me get my popcorn.
It's pure and simple. I mean, it's about your priorities. You know, what's a priority to you? If something is a priority, then you're going to make time for it. If it's not a priority, guess what? You're not going to have time for it.
I purposely called off a day of work so I could play D&D. So that's a priority for me.
Priority. Exactly. You know, I'm taking off a couple days so I can knock out my class that I've been working on.
I've done it before.
You know, it's about priorities.
Yeah.
So
I might have told a customer that I had a commercial job I wouldn't be able to make it out on, and I actually was home finishing up some Destiny stuff. Because then I can do it the next day. Oh shit! I'm gonna definitely have to edit that out.
Look at this man breaking the law.
What if my customers listen? You never know, man. I mean, I have a couple clients who never thought they were video gamers, and they admitted they played a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh. Yeah, you never know, man. You never know who's listening.
That's true. I mean, but that's what I'm saying, though, is just, you know, it's all about your priorities.
Sure.
So if something's a priority, then, you know, then good for you and that kind of thing. You just have to, you know, just be honest with yourself and go like, you know, how many days of work can I call off for Destiny and, you know, not have it impact, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all gamers, man. We all figure it out a way from time to time.
We're all
like
nerds
think
here.
we do.
I mean, when Destiny comes out day one for the new season, I don't care if your house is on fire with insects. I'm not coming out. Sorry. I got some Destinying to do. And I earned that right. And I got crew I can send out there anyway.
I earned that right?
I mean, being a business for myself, that flexibility is one of the small rewards. And I use it.
I earned that right. That's an interesting.
But what I just heard is Gatr said the world can be in the everything is fine meme state and he'll go play Destiny.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll put my pinky in the air.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that was some good topics, Frost. Good topics, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I literally thought of them on the spot when you asked me. You're
nice.
Like, hey, what topics do you want to talk about? I was like, oh,
what don't you
this one.
No, it was great. It's a great topic, man. Great.
Yeah,
great
I'm kind of scared actually for our next
guest
episode because they reached out to me.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Should we just tell them?
We can.
Go ahead and tell them. Good. Who reached out to you?
Smiter.
Yep.
I'm sorry. What you
Smiter.
cut that out in the
no.
in the tape? You know.
We have Smiter coming on the show next week.
He's a cool dude. I'll look forward to that episode.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, he reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, is there anything I need to do or anything I need to watch beforehand?" And I was just like, I appreciate you even caring that much to do that, but no,
we're just chilling.
Just be like me, show up on the day, zero notes, all off the cuff,
Yeah, it sounds like me. Like the first 3 years when I didn't know we had show notes.
Mm-hmm. Had him since
I think it was the first episode I was on. I was like, wait, you guys have show notes?
I remember when Easy said that. I was like, what? You guys didn't know? Shit. I think that was a gag.
But yeah, sure it was, of course.
Yeah. Right.
All right, this is where Rodimus is harping on us to start answering questions.
Yeah, he's probably tapping the watch right now. Hey guys, come on. Let's go.
It's like enough chit chat. Let's fucking go.
He mentioned in the Discord, he says, you're putting commercials in between some of the segments. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just putting some of our guest sound bites in just to break up. We talk for over 30 minutes. I like to put a little thing. Okay, Hazel. Thanks again, Frost. Good conversations, man. This is the best part of podcasting. I love this.
No problem. Anytime.
Good deal. Well, Hazel, we can't avoid it any longer, man. Let's get into those questions for the show, man. Hey Guardians, would you like to send a question for the show to us? There's 4 ways to do it.
Join our Discord server. There's a link in our show notes. We have all kinds of Guardians here, from new lights to the dedicated hardcore gamers, and you can just lurk and hang out or jump right in and talk with us. It's up to you. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also occasionally tweet about our upcoming show and guest, and you can respond there with your question at guardian_D_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, and we'll play it live on the show.
Thank you for all you do for our show. And Toddles.
And later, Guardian.
Hey, man. It's in the contract. That's my line.
We'll see about that. Laz?
Oh, no, not Laz again. Our podcast returning, really? You're going there?
Damn right, man. I pay him just as much as you do. That does sound weird, though. We're both paying him.
Yeah, what the hell? He's double dipping, man. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of our show where we answer questions from you guys. You guys send questions in either via a voicemail or SpeakPipe, and you send them put them in our questions for the show channel in our Discord, and we read them or play them out aloud. Laz, Hazel, send us another message, man. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off, right?
Yeah, well, you can do that, but I want to look and see if we have any other space lawyers out there.
Maybe you should put some pants on first.
Can you edit that out, by the way?
Maybe. All right, Laz. What's up, buddy?
Hi, folks. Welcome to another weekly edition of Laz Law Explains. Name pending. I just improv that. It's very stupid. It was a very light week. I'm very impressed with all of you. I did not get too many inquiries. When I say not too many inquiries, I mean I didn't get 1,000. I probably got maybe 100. All of you are very, very sketchy individuals in your own unique ways. And it would take me way too long, longer than the max duration 3 minutes that you're allowed to have for these speak pipes to explain it all. It just, but the biggest complaint I've gotten is, random people who, you don't know any of them. They maybe take a peek into Discord to see what it's like. And they see one of your names is just a picture of a nut. And the complaints I'm getting are, why are these people so immature? Why do they have a picture of a nut as their name? Like, because that person's name is Hazelnut. It's legitimately a hazelnut. So you have to explain to some people that the food emojis, not all the food emojis mean other things. I just did air quotes and you can't see them. That's terrible. Just because the eggplant emoji is something doesn't mean that the hazelnut emoji is anything else. It's just a hazelnut. Maybe it means more than a hazelnut, and I don't know. I'm 37 years old. I have no clue. But it's important to note that sometimes you got to explain to people, because they don't read the manual on this stuff, what all these images mean. It's all fine. It's all well. Yeah, but no, it's a very light week. I'm very happy to tell all of you that there is not much going on here. I'm not looking forward to next month. October is Halloween time, which means that there's a lot of costumes, which means that there is a lot of potential for lawsuits because of people wearing masks and thinking they can get away with things that they wouldn't normally get away with if they weren't wearing a mask, and it's just a nightmare. You'll hear more from me in the coming weeks about this, though. I'm sure plenty of you will be on the list because you love being on the list for some reason. You perpetrators know who you are. In the meantime, enjoy the fall weather. I will have to be at my full-time job today instead of out on the links playing golf, which is disappointing. It should be my full-time job. I should be paid for it, but I'm not. Enjoy your day.
Hey, Hazel. He's not going to make the year, man. I don't think he's going to make it. We might have to look for another space lawyer.
Oh, boy. I'm not looking forward to that call.
Oh, that's your
How
job.
does one play golf in space? That's my question.
Well, there's planets out there that have gravity.
But he's a space lawyer, not a specific planet.
He represents, Guardian Down Cast. We're all over the universe, but he resides on Earth. So that's where he plays most of his golf. We've been to his office. It's really nice, man. I think we're overpaying the guy. I'll edit that out. That's stupid. Why'd I say that? Foot in mouth. All right.
Pretty sure he feels underpaid.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get any certified letters this week, so that's always a plus. So there we go.
I didn't hear a question to answer, so I think we can move on.
Let's do it.
Okay. Question from Laz, the master legend of space law.
Uh-oh.
Question for Frost. Exactly how many bytes of yours have been frozen? I assume that's why your name is Frostbyte.
Well, I cannot disclose that information. You would have to be my legal representation to know that information. I'm sorry.
Ouch.
Question asked, question answered.
However, I'm willing to negotiate. So if you want to be my legal representation, I'm down. All right,
there we go. Hit him up. Everybody needs a space lawyer. At least they think they do, until they don't.
I'm washing my hands of this
That's
conversation.
Not right. That's not right. I think it's until they do. Okay, anyway, moving on. Question for Bite of the Frost from Average D2 Player. I ask this to most guests, so will be interesting to see who you choose. At Todd the Gator or Hazelnut, one of them has to delete Destiny 2 forever. Or you have to delete your Destiny 2 to save both of them. Which one is it going to be, And no cop-outs like Gatr and Hazel like to reply with.
No cop-outs, eh?
No judgment.
Well, I have
This
to
is no
delete.
judgment.
Wait, is it an
means we're gonna
account
judge you.
or a character? Did you say account?
He said account.
Said account. All right. I'm gonna say Gatr. 1, because I'm biased. 2, because he has alt accounts. So
knew you
it
were going.
kind of he kind of really won't feel it that much. I feel like Hazel would feel it a lot more because I think you only have 1, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say Gatr.
All right,
But
fine.
definitely not because I'm biased, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
I would never be.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Oh, okay. I know which side of the fence you're on. No problem.
Hey, I'm part of the elitist club over here, okay?
Oh boy.
You can join us one day.
I don't know.
Hazel
I don't know
won't let
about
me.
that one.
Hazel won't let me over.
I don't know. You have to meet certain criteria.
You have to be Journey rank 10 in order to join.
I'm 9.
But that's not 10.
No. Okay.
Are you 9 right now?
I'm 8 right now. I got a few things to do.
Fucking slacker ass.
Dude, I've been busy. Next question.
Oh, yeah. Question from Bell. Question for Boo Boo. Do you like running content solo? ? Only asking because you have to do all your labs solo. So it would make sense.
Well, first off, love you too, Boo Boo. And it depends on the content. Like Solo Flawless, I did enjoy like doing that for the challenge, but sometimes it's really enjoyable to run stuff with friends. I know, like, I try to at least play a lot with my IRL friends a lot. So, I mean, yeah. But to answer the question, I do solo content, yes.
Nice.
Very good.
All right. We'll hit up one more question here. Here we go. From Johnny Dayjob. Question for Frost. Should it be things like that, or is it things like this? Only asking because you have to do all your... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. When you are describing a list of items. Example. Someone asks, what kind of food you like? Do you say, I enjoy eating pizza, pasta, and things like this? Or I enjoy eating pizza, pasta, things like that? You can ask Hazel his opinion as well. And he even called me out. So.
Wow.
He doesn't
Okay.
trust Gatr for grammar.
Hazel, what do you feel about that?
I think it depends on if the said food is near you or not. In your, like, you know, like if you're eating pizza and pasta and things like that, see. But if it's not near you, then it would be things like that. Otherwise, it'd be things like this.
Okay. I mean, for me, I guess, like, the connotation of that is
This.
relating to the most, like, the last thing that was said. So, like, if it was pasta and I say something like that, then it's at least relatively close to being pasta. So I guess I would say things like that. That's probably where I fall in there, if I'm being honest.
Okay,
I don't know.
Gatr?
It's a very weird question.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that again? That's a strange question.
Should it be things like that, or is it things like this?
Oh, come on, man.
We are talking about the English language here, which is
Man,
stupid.
I am not a grammar perfectionist.
We're well aware.
I have a grammar.
The only thing you know less about than grammar would be, geography. So.
Yeah, I think I answered the question already.
You should play GeoGuessr. That would be hilarious to watch.
Oh, No, I'm good. I think I know where we all stand there.
Yeah. All right. Well, he doesn't want you to feel left out. So Johnny Dayjob has another question for Frost with Gatr here. Question for Frost. Do you agree with @Todd the Gatr his opinion that the funny gun week cheapened the game and made it rather boring? I agree with him. I also felt it gave accomplishments from that date forward an asterisk because no one will know if you did it legitimately or if you cheesed the game to do it. Would you agree? Interesting.
So, funny thing, I actually debated this the entire day of work. When I heard the podcast, I was like, what side of the fence am I on? And I was really torn because there's definitely having that elitist side of me. I love having that, special thing that everyone, when you see that, they're like, oh dang, he worked his butt off for that. But at the same time, it's you did it, so here's a cookie, welcome to the club kind of deal. So I'm happy for those kind of people, but at the same time, it's now that you've experienced it with the cheese, I want to see you run it back and do it the regular way and see how you do. That's kind of how I feel. So I enjoy it. I say good job.
Yeah.
So do you think that they should make people do it again?
I want to see them do it again. So that way, you've gotten your so this is kind of what the activity feels like. So maybe they might enjoy it. I don't know, even though they're cheesing it, but at the same time, it's okay, so now you've experienced it running solo. Say, for instance, I'm just going to use solo Flawless Dungeons for example. So you've dipped your toe into that atmosphere. Now I want to see if you can handle the challenge and enjoy doing it for solo Flawless, doing it regular without the cheese, because that might open up something new to you. So it's I felt like it was kind of a, exploratory weekend where everyone got to maybe experience parts of the game that they didn't normally get to experience.
Just to clarify, I did not have any ill will for anyone doing it. I just knew it wasn't permanent. Again, it comes back to time.
That's not what it sounded like when I heard the podcast.
I said it several times last week that I'm happy that people wanted to have fun with it. And like Hazel said, he had a killer gun and he went and had fun and giggled about it and all good. I don't have any ill will for that. It just wasn't my thing, man. I had a hard time understanding why, really, to be honest. But I think it was the fact that there was no permanence. No, it was just there was no permanence to it. It was just a gag. It was like a weekend gag, and I just don't have the time for that.
It's a video game.
It's not that I'm not being an elitist, but it's just I take Destiny seriously.
You're a purist.
I sadly did not get to participate because I had homework, so I couldn't participate. But
I was on PC. I could have done it, but yeah,
I wanted to
easier on console. But yeah,
I wanted to do the grenade launcher one and run a Crota, so that way I didn't have to stand underneath him and I could just shoot him with a GL from a distance. I wanted to do it, but then so when I did log in to see if I had the right patterns or whatever, I saw I didn't, and I was like, well, I ain't getting those patterns anytime soon, so back to homework. Less procrastinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good question.
Question asked, question answered.
Let's go with a speak pipe. I have one here from Tribellion. New member.
Tribellion?
Who's that? I don't know. He's a new member. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey guys, just wanted to share my take on the narrative for the season. And I wanted to know what you guys thought. I think that we will fail. Eris will fail or potentially die in the attempt to stop Ziva Wrath. And I think that going into next season, when we launch the new dungeon, I think that would be a fit-in end for us to go back in and finish what Eris started in a dungeon form.
Interesting.
I feel that killing Ziva Wrath in seasonal content, like in a weekly quest sort of thing at the end of this season would be a little bit cheap, being that she's one of the main characters with Oryx and Savathun.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's how it's going to pan out. That's my take on it. I think we're going to fail, and we're going to go in next season into the new dungeon and finish her off. Like to know your guys' thought, and great show, guys. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Tribellion. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
And welcome to the community, by the way.
Welcome.
Good question. Good take. What do you guys think? Do you agree?
Well, I'm going to start off by apologizing because I thought it was Belle making a funny name. But,
that's definitely Belle.
It happened to Hawthorne. I could see it happening to Eris. Would I be unhappy about it? 100%. But would they still do it? Probably. That's my take.
Hey, Hazel.
Hazel?
Oof.
Oh, I said Hawthorne. I meant Amanda.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I know what I think, and I think that, as sad as it is to say this, that I think that yes, we are going to beat her now, or at least weaken her significantly. So maybe we do take her out, and I think that Eris is going to work out fine and things like that. I think that they kind of have to start knocking things over so that way we can go ahead and fight the Witness without Zivu. You know? It sucks to say that, but it's like when you're watching a movie and it's like, the bad guy has to die at the end, and so does their henchman kind of thing. So.
And in the movies, the henchman dies first before the baddie.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that'll happen too.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't like that.
Well,
personally, what I would like to see would be Eris kill Zivu, and then we fight Eris in the dungeon next season. Yeah, that would be the shit.
Because in lore, Eris is crazy powerful in the dark past.
Yeah,
but that's not our past.
True, I know. But
or you mean future?
Or I'm confused.
Dark future, yeah.
I like that take. I would give respect to Zivu Arath, putting her in her own dungeon, right? But most dungeons haven't been major bosses like that, to be honest. So I don't know.
Who better?
I guess the question,
to be a dungeon boss.
I guess the question is where do you kill her before final shape?
I would be sad if we made her a dungeon boss, because, Savathun was a story boss. Oryx was a raid and a story boss. Mm-hmm. So, I would feel depressed if she was just a dungeon boss.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, there's a season 23, which is the last season before final shape, right? Am I right there? I've lost count. Do we have one more? Do we have a season 24 before final shape, or is that final shape? Because we have this until...
Season 24 is the final shape, I believe.
Okay, so we have one more season before final shape rolls around. Okay. They would either have to kill Zivu the first part of final shape campaign, and then we move on to the Witness, or it would have to happen next season. That makes sense. We need to take her out of the equation, right? But I feel like having her as a boss in a dungeon is not doing her justice, but I can see that happening for maybe a first time. I don't know,
but,
man. That's tough.
You have to think about it, though. We killed, what was it, Zol?
Yeah.
A strike. Yeah.
A strike.
So, it could happen. It's, I guess, if you base it on that, it could happen.
But, how do you feel about Eris, though? Because that's the question.
I don't know. I've got a lot to catch up on the story.
He hasn't played the story.
I played the story up to week 4. Up to week 4, I played the story.
I'm probably further behind than he is.
I got 5, 6, and 7 coming up. I have three weeks to catch up on. I'm almost there. I don't know, man. That's a great idea, though. I like that take. I just don't know if that'll happen. But we have to take Xavier Wrath out, right? Before we fight the witness. It makes sense. I don't know. I'm confused. My mind hurts. My head hurts. We got any more questions for Frost before we go into Destiny?
Yeah, we got a couple here.
Okay.
We have 4.
Okay.
Aw, only 4? I'm sad.
Well, 4 more.
Don't worry, you don't. Go ahead. There's tons of questions, man.
All right. So, we have from Bell. Question for OMG, my fingers are about to fall off. Why are you attracted to RPG and deck building type games? Do you even Magic, bro? Insert Magic the Gathering rant here.
It's funny because I know, I think I can trace back when he posted this because there was a conversation I was having with another person about Magic, and Bell joined in the middle of that conversation. But I don't know. Well, I got hooked onto Magic because 1, I'm a nerd. 2, I was in Boy Scouts, and when you combine those two things, you get Magic the Gathering and D&D. But I don't know. Like, so deck building, I guess, would expand, in my opinion, to like more than just that. Because like, if I have ever ranted about one of my builds I have for any of my characters, or whenever I say I'm broke because I just made another build, because I just enjoy doing that kind of thing. Like, there's always something out there that I want to play with and tweak and make really optimized, and card games just kind of happen to really do that for me. So I don't know, it's probably along the lines of where that comes from and why I like those kinds of games.
Cool.
Nice.
All right.
All right. A question from Suabu, Puke Bean, Heyoka. Question for Mr. Freeze. If you were pushed onto a stage of America's Got Talent, what would your talent be? Also, for Todd and Hazel, Gatr asked me to post this so he could talk about his special talent. At least, it sounded like Gatr.
What? Special talent?
My special talent? I think I got one in mind. How fast I can make the program cut me out before, I say something that, like, damages their company's reputation. That would be my talent.
Nice.
I got that from, I think it's, they're not called College Humor anymore, but there's a like episode where they're doing like a Simon Says or whatever, and like the guy says, say something that we have to censor, and one of the contestants tried to do something like that, which was really hilarious. I'd probably try and copy that.
Nice. Gatr?
I'm a hack. I don't have any talent. I don't know, man.
You're certainly a hack. Yeah.
That sounds like a cop-out answer to me.
Ah, damn it.
To be fair, mine's kind of a cop-out answer. But...
I mean, this is not, I mean, it's a talent, I guess, but when it comes to doing bounties in Destiny, I can multitask the best of them, man. I can combine.
This man seriously just say bounties for America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought my answer was bad.
Well, I mean, I can't sing. I certainly can't dance. I don't, yeah, I would, I love that show because I can do nothing they can do on that stage.
This sounds like the last episode that we're ever doing.
Okay.
My talent?
Mm-hmm.
It's your bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know. Observational humor. And I can do magic. I can I can remove my thumb.
Ooh.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I know.
You'll have to show me how to do that.
You showed me on that camera one time. I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Man.
All right. Captain Musty. He rattled off 4 questions for Frosty the Snow Guardian.
It's good to hear.
To be fair, he's a good friend, so I would expect nothing less.
Aww. Part 1. How dare you?
How dare I? I mean, I dare to do.
Okay. The next one's a little sus. I don't know, but I'll go with it. Where do you get off?
Are we talking like
number 3?
Spiritually?
Please.
How are you able to live with yourself?
I don't.
Oh, okay then.
No.
I'm actually dead inside.
Aren't we all? See, that's what our show gets you. 3 episodes on, and there you go.
It's funny. Hazel says that all the time when I say stuff on the show.
Well, he does have to deal with you a lot more than I do.
Yeah. I'm only filled inside with alcohol. So, number 4. What weapon archetype not present in the game would you want to see in future seasons expansions? For example, a heavy trace rifle or some more special ammo primaries, maybe. I'll extend this one to the show as well. That sounds sexy.
This is a touchy topic, because I feel like if I say what I want to say, especially probably someone that doesn't like this weapon would yell at me.
Who would yell?
What?
A lot of people.
Say it.
Screw it. I'll say it. Special bows. And here's my reasoning. Yeah, they kind of already have that because, bows are basically primary sniper rifles, but a special bow. So that way you could, it would basically give you a more BS way of getting a one headshot in Crucible. Because I want that to return, because I'm a madman and I enjoy doing that to people. That's my answer, because I really can't think of anything else.
I love it.
What about you, Gatr?
What? Now, his question was what weapon?
What weapon archetype not present in the game would you like to see?
I'm already looking forward to this weapon because I know it's coming. It's Red Death, man. Red Death.
That's not an answer.
That's not an archetype. That's just a exotic weapon.
Well, it kind of has its own archetype.
Bitch. No,
it's an exotic weapon.
I wonder what
it's a pulse.
Is it a high impact pulse? Shit.
No, I think it's probably like an adaptive? Or maybe precision.
Archetype, a weapon that's not currently in the game? Shit.
Wow. There's an easy answer here too.
Deja vu. It's like I didn't ask that.
I can steal another one before.
I know my answer already.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead. I'm thinking.
Yeah. So you can steal my idea. It kind of existed in the game, but kind of didn't. But I want the Hammer of God from Gears of War. Basically, you paint like something with a laser, and then a big ass laser just comes down and hammers the shit out of it.
That's pretty cool.
Like a heavy trace kind of thing.
Oh, I should have looked at this question before the show. Oh, I hate having to think of something on the spot.
Though,
probably not. You want an energy bow, right?
Not an energy bow, a special special ammo bow.
Special bow. Okay.
And it would be an archetype. It wouldn't be like, Leviathan's Breath, where it's the only thing.
Yeah. I love explosive rounds on guns. If there was an archetype that had innate explosive rounds in it, that's something I would love to see. Other than just being a trait of a weapon, like a mod of a weapon or a roll. To have it, yeah, that'd be good for me. Explosive rounds all the time. You don't need it as a weapon slot. I don't know what that would be, what archetype that'd be, but
that makes two of us.
We could make it a pulse rifle, sure. Why not? The third bullet is explosive. There we go.
You see what I have to deal with, Frost?
I don't know. There's tons of weapons in the game already.
All right.
Think of another one.
I'll give you an easy answer. It's called 150 hand cannons. There.
What's a hand cannon?
He said an archetype, technically, because I said it, but...
Oh, like the...
Doesn't matter. Move on.
Okay.
Next question.
Good call.
Gator's fading.
I'm major fading.
It is 130, so...
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Last question here. From the beloved Bell. Question for Teeth Chattering Bone. If you were to design a new stasis super for each class, what would they be?
Stasis super for each subclass? What is this, Christmas for me? So, wait. Kind of hard to, not use something that's already in game, too. Because, the first thing I just thought of was, pretty much Stasis Dawnblade, but I'm pretty shit with Dawnblade by itself, so that's why I, never use that. But,
oh my god.
In terms
of... with frozen bolts. Holy shit.
That would be badass.
That would be scary as hell.
In terms of, I just thought of, the Titan one. So we have, the behemoth, where it's this hulking mass, it's about to, just smash your face in. I think it would be cool, when you pop it, so you surround yourself in ice, and you just do a burst out from you, and you kind of, just, do, old, kind of Juggernaut kind of deal, where, you run around, and, you can, do a huge, kind of, explosion onto the ground, but you only get one after that. So it's an initial pulse, you run, slam into the ground, another pulse, and then that's the super. I think it would be kind of cool. The behemoth is becoming a juggernaut kind of deal. It's just unstoppable. In terms of Hunter, I guess, something interesting, I guess, I don't know if that exactly would work the way I want it to. But, so, the Hunter, you get, all of the, it's got shurikens, so why not, give it more of that, Asian culture kind of stuff, so, kind of a sword, but the cool thing about the sword is, it's a reactionary kind of thing, so, you pop the super, and it's kind of like the one sword style where it's all about quick drawing. So the attacks are really fast, but you have to be really precise with it, otherwise it'll miss. So something like that maybe. But actually no, I do have a Warlock one. So the Warlock one, I guess it's kind of like the Titan, but I just thought of it where, so you sit there and, when you pop it, you just kind of because you're an ice wizard, or at least that's kind of the main theme of Stasis Warlock, is when you pop it, you have an AoE radius that freezes everything, and then bring your hand back, and this wave of just I guess you could say, icy wind just comes towards you and just shatters everything around you. I think that would be kind of cool.
I'm petrified.
This is why we don't make me a game developer, because I make stupid broken things that no one wants to deal with, but I would have fun playing with.
Super I would get for stasis would be get rid of stasis.
Nah, you just don't want to deal with me when you hear my favorite sound in Destiny.
Run, Forrest, run!
I press that F key. I don't know what it is with you guys, but whenever I press the F key, it's like no one's around me. I don't know why that is.
The roaches scatter to all the cracks and crevices.
I have to like go from New York to California to find someone before I can throw some stasis shards at them. I don't know why that is.
Yeah,
I do.
That's weird. I don't know. I wish I could tell you more. I got an idea for a super, and it's kind of like what you ultimately led to with the Warlock, but except it'd be for the Titan. So basically, you throw your arm up, and it like throws out like a big, like kind of like a dome of ice, and it freezes everything around you.
Oof.
And then you slam your fist down, and then it just kind of like an earthquake.
Explodes. Oh my god!
It would be cool if, like, so you slam it down and it's a progression AoE. Like, you see the shards come up and then they, like, shatter when a new one goes up as it goes out. That'd be pretty sick.
Can we all agree that Destiny has the best supers in any video game? It's so cool, man. Well, Final Fantasy has some cool combos. I don't know.
Warframe's got some good characters, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Well, actually, you wouldn't know. You play Destiny all day and work.
I just play Destiny. Yep.
Work is optional.
Yeah. Worst option.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I'm starting to enter the adulting life, and sometimes it feels like work isn't optional anymore.
It's not. Trust me. Believe me, if I skip a day, I pay the next day. Do we have any? Is that all the questions for Frost?
That it is.
All right. Let's. I'm looking at the clock here. Let's get at least a couple Destiny questions in here. I have. Two. I still have two. Actually, I have one more SpeakPipe from Hammer. We'll go out with that one.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Do you want me to hit up questions?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do a few more questions and we'll go out with Hammer's voicemail.
Okay. Here we are. Okay. Here's one. From Porbs Swamp Rider, aka Blackbird.
Oh, okay.
Question for the show. So the past few weeks, we've heard about enjoying head with beverages and letting chambered rounds fly whilst showering. In the spirit of these past questions, what has been the question for the show that has had you both laughing the hardest?
Oof.
I probably shouldn't have asked that because Gator's fading.
Yeah, but I mean, Scumdesk questions always have me cracking up. What do you guys think?
Well, it's more for you guys.
What do you think? I mean, you listen to
the show
us for a little bit.
Yeah, I listen to you guys a bunch, but it's like whenever one of those comes up, I usually like forget about it the next day because one in out the other kind of deal. To be fair though, when ScumDef does do something that's like that kind of funny, I question, I'm like, what does this man do? Because like it's always something weird that has turned into something funny.
That's what makes him such an awesome dude, because his mind is filled with all these crazy stuff, man. I love this dude. I'd love to live his life for a week. It'd be so much fun.
We need a like nature documentary, but it's on ScumDeath.
Exactly, we can follow him around.
Here we have
voice.
ScumDeath.
Yeah,
it would be really interesting.
I mean, like cleaning the fountains. When people put all kinds of rubbish, he calls it, in the fountains, and he has to clean them all out, and there's like nastiest stuff. He was
so angry. He was so angry.
It's so delightful.
See, what would be funny though is if he sees the people like say like they're spray painting a fountain. It'd be funny watching him go off on them. That would be funny.
It'd be like a Dimebag Daryl chasing him around.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
I'm too young. I didn't understand that reference. All right.
That's okay.
What about you, Hazel?
I thought he was in your carpet. Oh Oh man, what question? Oh, there have been so many questions that I've just laughed my way through, and like I can't go on. I mean, for me though, it's more the like just the random shit that we like talk about in the show.
I think it's
like,
random.
I mean, just like you have no idea where the hell the show's going to go until it actually goes there, and you're like, wow, okay, so like we're actually going here. Let's go. Because that's the thing with our show is that you don't know where it's going to go. It's live for us. We don't, I mean, we don't say like, hey, like, hey, say this, or we don't really like do anything at all like that. None of this
Certainly
is
not
prompted.
scripted.
This is
nope.
Plus, I mean, if it's so funny that you guys literally like can't like function, we won't be able to hear that because Gatr will edit it out probably. But like for you guys, you're going to be laughing for like half an hour.
It usually ends up in the patron episodes if it's something like that. Usually, it's something we can't share.
There was that one story that was just absolutely glorious.
You know, if you want to listen to those, you could go and sign Patreon.
Well, no, it got cut, but yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Oh, is there something that I even missed?
We have to think about sensibilities and the range of people that listen to our show, and
gotcha.
It's a fine line sometimes. Anyway, we got another Destiny question.
Okay. We have, here's one that I'll ask real quick here while I'm here on the page looking for one. High Tech Turtle, 24-hour or 12-hour clock?
Well, I mean, that's an open
24.
What?
24.
No.
Always 24.
Always 12.
Jesus God. How do I?
This is like the same argument of like metric or imperial, and the answer is metric. It's just better. Okay, yes, Imperial's a bit more relatable, but it's kind of hard to relate to, a mile that's 5,200 and like, 80 some feet? Something like that?
5,000.
I don't see that being relatable.
It's legitimate.
Versus metric, where it's like, how far is a kilometer? 1,000 meters. How far is a meter? 100, centimeters. Easy.
Hey, I'm all for it, but there's forces in the United States that won't allow.
But in D1, they only had, Imperial. So
you're trying to trigger him, aren't you? Why? Hazel?
Here we go. All right. Question from Hades. Server is back?
Finally.
I think so, because I was able to play my raid on Wednesday, so yes.
Yep. Okay, here's one from Blackbird that we kind of asked, or that we kind of answered. It's in what direction, story-wise, would everyone like to see the D2 go following the final shape? I guess we didn't answer that. Well, I guess we did.
Yeah, we did. The episodes.
Like things like, seeing the future, seeing the past and the backstories and things. That'd be kind of cool.
Refer to the previous segment, Blackbird, in case you guys skip around.
I would say revisit the past until we have a clear idea of how we want to proceed with the future. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a cracked idea that what would happen after the final shape, because it's been well known that the final shape is going to kind of be like all over the place kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that we would bring back, or that they would bring back D1 stuff. And I was like, damn, that could happen.
Crazy.
That's not bait, Gatr, by the way.
I'm not.
Native. If you can take a weapon, melee or ranged, and an ability from another game and put it in Destiny, what would it be? Why do you guys ask questions about other games when Gator's here?
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that. What abilities in other games? I just played Destiny. You guys can answer it.
And then you ask him to think outside of the box too, and that's an even bigger.
Well, I have my answer.
There we go. There we go.
What do you got?
Frost will answer on my behalf.
In Warframe, they have a ironically named enough. It's called glaives, but it's like a glaive, as in like a huge like throwing star kind of deal. And I know in at least how that works. How I would do it is like pair it with, say, like incandescent. So you would throw it, and they have a light and a heavy attack. I would say if you do a light attack, it would hit like 3 enemies, bounce back 2, each dealing like, say, like 20 stacks of scorch or something like that. But if you chose to do a heavy attack, it would hit a single target and ignite them. That's what I would do.
Oof. It sounds nasty.
It's fun, yeah. Glaives in that game are something else. It used to be meta for a while. I don't know if they still are.
My answer to this would be I want finishers with my sword from
like Throne Cleaver? Oh, Cyberpunk. Oh.
Yeah. Give me the good shit. With gore. There we go. Okay. Gator, did you want an answer?
No, I only play Destiny, man. For the most part.
That's
boring. Well, that or Starfield, apparently.
Well, what abilities do I have in Starfield?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I've never played the game.
There's no abilities. There's no supers in Starfield. Well, wait a minute now.
He said weapon from another game and an ability from Destiny. That's what he said.
You know, one thing I will say, Starfield has some beautiful weapon designs. I'm really digging their weapons, man.
All right, we better move on before you know.
Problem is I don't know the name of any of them.
Yeah.
Because there's so many.
Nobody cares about Starfield. So,
okay.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
No. I get it.
Here we are. Panda. Question for the Tunter. Why does Hazel have no fashion sense as a hunter? Damn shame.
Because he started as a Titan. That's my answer.
Probably not entirely wrong.
He's admitted that he'll just throw something on sometimes. He doesn't care about his fashion.
There's very few Titan players that I've seen that have actually good fashion. I'll say that. So
honestly, what I try to do with my fashion in the game is I try to keep it like my infamous butterfly outfit is. It's all blue because it's my arc. That's kind of how I put it together.
I do that with mine. I do like kind of elemental themes.
The Ron armor is
exactly.
Crazy, man.
That's how I came up with my like Sauron solar warlock look.
Oh yeah, I want that helmet from Trials.
The
Egyptian
dog? Oh, the dragon one.
The dragon one.
Oh.
I don't know how I feel about it, honestly.
Oh, I think it was Dad McNasty put it on, and it looked amazing.
I think it would probably look cool with the is it Phoenix Protocol? The one with like the really like cool looking ornament. Mm-hmm. I might be thinking of Starfire. I forget which one it is. It's the one with like kind of the bird ornament that's like all silver.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helmet would pair with it pretty well.
Yeah. If you're talking about that ornament, it's not Starfire Protocol.
It's
the all chrome one.
Phoenix.
Phoenix Cradle or Phoenix, not Phoenix Cradle. Phoenix
Protocol.
Yep.
I know my armors.
That's the one I paid silver for that one. It was so gorgeous.
Yeah, I waited for it to come around for Bright Dust.
Wait, you're saying you have stacks on stacks of Bright Dust? That's crazy.
I don't.
Damn right I do. Why? Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold the show.
I'm saying that as a shot at Gatr, because,
I spend it. As soon as I find something with Bright Dust, I buy it. I don't hold on to it.
Crazy Gatr.
What? Well, I can't dismantle stuff anymore.
What?
I don't want to go down that road again. I've stated my piece.
What?
Someone bring this up next week.
Oh, my head.
Maybe I'll bring this up next week.
How much do I have? I'm just curious. I have 7,100 right now. I'm starting to build up a little bit.
Starting to build it up a little bit.
Those are rookie numbers, my guy.
Is that good?
But no, he's spending them.
Oh, I'm spending them.
I know. That's what makes it worse.
It's usually where I have to, you have to spend 200 Bright Dust on a new shader, and I want all the shaders. So when those pop up weekly,
but they're not weekly.
The shaders, they change every week at reset for the Eververse.
But you don't buy them every week, do you?
If I don't have them, I'll buy them with Bright Dust.
But how often do you find yourself buying them?
It's not as frequent as it used to be because I have most of them, but there's new ones all the time that pop in there, man.
That's what. There's maybe like one every month.
It's about once every 2 weeks for me, I think.
I think I haven't had a shader appear for me in like an entire season.
The problem, the reason why is because I used to go back and forth between two characters, two accounts, and I've spread thin on some of the shaders, so that's probably why. I have shaders on one account, but not on another.
See, that's another reason to not have multiple accounts.
And this is why I said I would just delete monocators.
Well, see, that's why I have it. So when Frost comes and deletes it, when someone demands it, then I have another one to fall back on. Perfect.
Nice.
That's a pretty bad argument, but okay. Moving on.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Let's go one more question. I'm looking at the clock here. We're definitely running long tonight.
If you could invoke one thing from the DCV, what would you choose? Can be weapons, armor, missions, etc.
That's easy for me. What do you think, Frost?
I have to think about this one, actually.
I'll state it, because it comes to mind every time this question comes up. It's my inaugural address from the Leviathan raid. I really wish I had that gun back. It's my favorite pulse rifle of all time. Perfect sight, no recoil, adaptive, beautiful gun. Takes shaders well. There you go.
So would you want back Leviathan or just that gun?
Just the gun. The armor's okay. I want just the inaugural address. Something out of you said one thing out of the DCV. There it is.
Well, I have my answer now.
Okay.
Unless you want to go, Hazel.
You can go.
Okay. So I would say Gambit Prime, but Gambit's still in the game. So my other answer would be the Forges from Forsaken, because I miss my black armory weapons, and they aren't making that an actual founder in the game. So I'm big sad.
If that included all the Forge weapons, then yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That'd be my answer too.
Well, it does, yeah, because that's how
I'll
you
sacrifice my inaugural address for that. Give me all the Forges back and all the weapons, because I still got my... Anyway, I still got a lot of those weapons.
Gatr, you are so, binary when it comes
See what happens when he hears a good idea?
It's all about
loot. Exactly.
It's all about loot.
Wait until he hears my idea.
Oh, Lord.
My idea, he's going to lose his mind. He's going to be like, am I tripping? My idea is bring back Leviathan.
Wow. Where have I heard that one? Oh, wait. It was a few seconds ago when you suggested it to him.
and me and Hazel could play it again, and I can get lost in the underworld again.
The underbelly?
Leviathan was the first raid I did.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Everything looks the same in the underbelly. I can't help it. There's no landmarks for me there.
here's the question though: did you do only the Leviathan, or did you do all three?
I did them all and heroic. I've done them all. Yeah, that's probably my most run
you
raid.
Did?
Yeah, I got like 40 clears just in the regular.
I mean, he's talking about
he's talking about the other things,
the raid layers.
Yeah, the layers.
Leviathan, Spire, Stars, and Eater Worlds.
Yeah, I did them all.
Spire too?
Mm-hmm. Did them all.
Wow.
I did them all and on heroic. Back when they
Spire on heroic?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm missing one.
Yeah, I got that's where I got that emote, the hammock emote.
But you didn't have to do that on...
It was automatic, though. It was automatic on heroic, I think, back then. It's been a while. I think it was
What was the Teraba raid? Because I'm missing one. It's Leviathan, Spire Stars, Eater Worlds.
I'm going to pull up raid report.
What was the last one?
That was Crown of Sorrow.
Crown of Sorrow, thank you.
Raid report.
I loved my Crown of Sorrow raid because I got it on my second try, the Teraba, and I was like, alright, I'm done.
Yeah, I wished I had that one. That was the only one. That's the one that stopped me from getting my my emblem with the skulls on it.
Yeah. I did Spire Stars twice actually because I had to do it for the emblem again, but actually Spire was my least favorite out of the four. I don't know why. I just didn't like it as much.
Yeah, I got 33 clears of regular Leviathan, 19 of Eater of Worlds, 4 of Spire, and all those. I've done them all heroic too.
I would go back and definitely farm some Leviathan armor though.
It's a fun raid,
That looks fire. And I wish I had it for my Warlock fashion now.
Yeah. Good times.
All right.
Good memories.
Moving on.
All right. We'll head on out here with a voicemail from Hammer Crasher 32. I have not listened to this, but he always has something interesting. So here we go.
Hey guys, Hammer Crasher 32 here. Question for the show. Is there something that you would like to be good at, and no matter how much you try, you just can't do it? I kind of like to be able to dance. It looks like it would be really cool, but I cannot do that for the life of me. Once one thing's moving, the other thing will move at a different pace, and I'm about as flexible as a 2x4. Yeah, the dancing just doesn't work. It looks like I'm having a fit of some sort. Yeah. What would you like to be good at, but it just doesn't work?
Good question. What do you think, Frost?
Well, the first answer that comes to mind is, well, I don't really know because I haven't really tried it yet. So that's the discrepancy. But in that same vein of dancing, there a certain kind of shuffle dance. I don't know exactly if it has maybe a specific name. I think it's just called the shuffle dance, but it has a lot of you use your legs a lot more than anything else, and I would like to learn that, but I don't know how good I am at that, so probably that.
Hazel?
I gotta follow suit and say dancing. I can't dance. I mean, not even a Phil Collins joke. Just, yeah, no. It's just not something that I can do.
See, I'm double cursed.
Yeah?
I can sing in tune because I have a musical background, but my voice sucks. I don't have a singing voice. And I can keep the beat. I love getting into rhythm of songs and stuff, but I cannot dance. It's terrible. So I'm double cursed in that area. So I feel you, Hammer Crasher.
I think the thing with dancing is everyone can do it, but whether or not you feel good about doing it is the question.
Oh, I'm definitely not comfortable dancing in front of people. I could probably do it in my own bedroom or living room, but Not when people are watching. I'm way too self-conscious.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching everybody when I was doing the slow dance with my wife at my wedding. I mean, my wife and I tried to learn to dance and we both led. None of us would yield. So dancing's not in our blood, I guess. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Hey, by the way, I've met Hammer Crasher personally, IRL at Guardian Con.
Oh.
That guy.
Did he dance?
No, I agree. He doesn't look like he could dance, but I tell you what, that guy is just as good as he sounds. He is the most wholesome guy you'll ever meet. And I stuck my hand out to shake his hand or give him a high five or anything. And he wanted a good old bear hug. So I was like, I'm a hugger. I'm good. I'll do it. So that guy, that's a solid dude. So
Gatr actually reminded me of something. So, Hazel, you remember that a long time ago when you said we were going to do a Ohio meetup? Whatever happened to that?
Good question, Frost.
Yeah.
What did happen to that Ohio meetup?
Yeah.
I'm still interested, man.
Same here. I am still interested too. It was basically like I was trying to plan it with like amongst all of these people's schedules.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I don't even know where to begin with this.
Oh, by the way, speaking of, go ahead. Sorry.
I am going. I in talking to you about it, I'm like, yeah, I really do need to, set that up and get that thing moving.
Come on, man. I want to buy you a beer.
You just got to throw a date out there, Hazel, and people make it or they don't, right?
Yeah, and that was my thing. Was like, I want to hit it like a day where everybody can make it, and
yep,
that's my thing.
Well, statistically, that would mean the weekend. So,
statistically, yes.
Yeah. It's tough. I'll have people say, "Hey, I'm in Florida." I'm like, "Great. Where are you?" Sarasota. I'm like, I'm working right now, and that's like 5 hours away. I don't think I can make that. I was able to meet Fluffy, but he drove like 3-4 hours to get to me. And he did not need to do that, but he wanted to meet up. So we grabbed some, I took half the day off. So, but, what I wanted to say is, I will be meeting up next Thursday with Mr. RNG Gatr. Finally going to be able to meet up.
Nice.
We're going to meet up at Disney Springs out there. His family's going to be out there. So we're going to get some dinner. Probably my favorite. No, he coordinated it. This is our second try. The first time we tried, we were going to meet up at Universal Studios, and that's when the hurricanes rolled around, and he had to go home early. So,
I miss Universal.
Oh, that brings up another point. My wife just bought season passes for Universal Studios for myself and her, and I was like, honey, because we've done it before. It's like $300 and something a person, and there's a couple blackout dates. I said, honey, did you get the passes for Universal? She goes, yeah. I said, how much were they? $900. I'm like, what? $900?
Nope.
I said, wait a minute. What? Yeah. She bought the unlimited pass because she didn't want to pay for parking, which is $20. And she's got it all figured out. We got to go like 15 times over the next year. So I'm like,
jeez,
man, we're going to be really tired of Universal by the end of next year. But,
hey, at least it's better than the other park.
We're just those kind of people. We love roller coasters and theme parks and stuff. So, and we don't have kids anymore. So
I'm not a roller coaster person. So
I am. We picked up season passes at Kings Island down here.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So
never been there.
I want to go there. Always wanted to.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
I hear cool things about that park. They have crazy coasters there, right? Like crazy, crazier than Florida.
No. I guess, but I don't know. It's like one of those things, like you live here, so it doesn't seem anything too crazy, but
I watch those roller coaster documentaries. I'm like, I want to go to that state, like New Jersey. Crazy place.
In order to enjoy Cedar Point, I think you have to kind of be like me with it, where it's like the last time I went to Cedar Point was 8th grade. So it's been years since I've been there. So I think that's the only way you could really enjoy something that's that close. at least in my opinion, where it's like I don't go to it very often.
Yeah. I can see that for sure.
Especially if it's something that you're not like super into.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for sending your questions our way. We appreciate you. And if we didn't get to your question this week, we'll try again next week. We appreciate you. And thank you for at least spending the time to send us a question, We try to answer as many as we can, but you can see it gets into deep conversations sometimes. But you can go to speakpipe.com/Guardian Downcast or our questions for the show channel in our Discord if you want to leave questions for a future show. And Mr. Fudd, would you please do the honors, sir?
Listen to the Guardian Downcast. Oh, it's a playlist. Yes. Ooh. And I've heard they've won awards for it and such.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. I'm loving that new song, brother. Welcome to our final segment of our show, everyone. This is where we pick our songs for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. A little sample of what the two of us and our guest here like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. If you want to follow it or favorite it on Spotify, you can do that, or you can subscribe to it on iTunes or Apple Music, I guess it's called now. I post the links in our Discord server, and I also post the links in our show description notes right down there. I'm pointing down. We have 1,126 songs representing all of us and all of our past guests. This is kind of like a time capsule of our show ever since July of 2019 when we started it. So I am going to, in grand tradition, start with our guest here. Frostbyte, you have 2 songs, right? Because you're going to use one of your patron.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go for it, sir.
So the first one is, so this one actually has a bit more special place in my heart. Because so when I was on the show first go around, at my, at the place I was working at the time, I wasn't really happy where I was, and I was actually a little bit depressed about it, that winter. And, I asked the community to, give me some songs to kind of cheer me up, and albeit someone did, and, Hades actually recommended me this band called, AJR. I actually never heard of them before, but the song I chose is Bummerland. And it's a really nice, kind of upbeat song, and it made me super happy. AJR is a band of 3 brothers, Adam, Jack, and Ryan Metzger. They're from New York City, and they make a lot of, instrumentalist music, but they incorporate lyrics into it, so they're really good, music composers. So, I mean, if you've been in marching band or something like that, or at least somewhat of a band background, I think you'll be able to appreciate their music even more. But, he made me really happy that day, and I just wanted to, shout him out because it made me happy. The second song I have is, Greater Than One, which is from Valorant, actually. I don't play Valorant, though I like the game, but I don't know what it is with Riot, but their songs are really good. And Greater Than One is, it's really nice. It's very chill. I hope anyone who does end up listening to the song enjoys it. But yeah, those are my 2.
Nice, man. Very cool. Sounded a little emotional on that one. Must have been a lot too.
I was.
Hazel, what'd you pick tonight, man?
I picked a song called Little Girl Gone by Chinchilla. It's kind of angry. Actually, it's very angry. It's it's just a really angry kind of fun song that you can just hear and get angry to and work out some frustrations in your life, that kind of thing.
So basically you listen to this after the show with me usually. Get your frustrations out. Yeah.
I've been listening to this song a fair amount. I sent it to my wife and she's like, what are you listening to? And Like, it took her like maybe like 6 or 7 times of me playing it and subjecting her to it before she actually was like, this isn't too bad. But
nice.
She really doesn't like kind of harder stuff. So.
Oh man. Yeah, it's that playlist is packed with all kinds of different music. It's just crazy. Good deal. Well, I chose a song from 1990 tonight, and I was talking to my wife last night. I said, here's a song I picked for tomorrow's playlist. And she goes, that's when we first dated. 1990. I think this song was ahead of its time. This was before grunge became a thing. And it was really kind of the first progressive metal that I really, really loved. Dream Theater was probably another one, but, they formed in 82, and guess where they are from? They're from Bellevue, Washington, little place we might know what Bungie originates from. They were a local band called The Mob and then formed into this band. And the song I chose was Silent Lucidity. The band is Queensryche. Good classic song. Way ahead of their time. Hey, just want to mention to everyone tonight, if you enjoy what you're listening to today, do us a favor. Head on over to our website, guardiandowncast.com, and you can review our show, either directly from the website or we have the links that'll bring you to your podcast app. And listen, let us know how we're doing. Give us a review there, and we appreciate anything you guys can say for us. We don't care about the social proof or anything. We just want to hear from you guys and see how we're doing. All right, our question for the month for this month of September, we had our question of the month was from Moose, Baron of Titan, and it was, what is your Destiny hot take? We have a bunch of people that responded to this month, and next week we're going to do our drawings and do our full reads, but I wanted to mention a couple tonight, a couple from our voicemails, and the first one here is from Tajo. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey guys, Tajo here again. So my response for the question of the month, I couldn't decide, so I actually got 2. The first one, short and simple, Gambit should be a kill raise only. No invasion stuff. I hate that part. Yes. It ruins the mode for me. I wish it was just straight kill race to see who can kill the boss the fastest. And I also wish it wasn't as damage gated as it is. Yes. I can understand maybe a little bit just to make it a little bit more competitive, but it seems very heavily damage gated right now. Also, my second one, I don't think D2 should be free to play. As most people say, it's free to try, not free to play, which, I mean, yeah, obviously I agree with that. What I think they should do is label what they have now as like a demo, right? Because that kind of helps with the expectations of what you're going to get. And then make D2, say $10 or $20, like a one-time purchase of $10 or $20 or whatever, and then give you like Beyond Light with it or something, like some type of expansion that's actually worthy of it, gives you Stasis or Strand or something. I don't know. Something like that. That way, whenever people start to play, they can see what they're getting value-wise, and then they would be more likely to buy the rest of the DLC because they've already made that initial purchase towards it. And I know for me, if I play like an app on my phone that's free to play, I'm not fucking touching that store to get rid of ads or anything. But if I spend $5 on an app or something, then, you know, I'm more likely to spend $1 here or $2 there. It's just how I am. But yeah, so those are my 2 hot takes. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully I win some merch. Have a good one, guys.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Tajo. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's play one more.
I really like the second one.
I like both those takes, especially the one on Gambit. I think it should be how quick can you destroy stuff.
I think there should still be invades, though.
I know we've been down this road before, but I like his take on it, and I hate the damage gating. Let's just think how quick the matches would be.
But yeah, I mean, so are you against the invading?
We tried it one night. We did a non-invade, type of a private match of Gambit, and I thought we had fun. I thought it was fun to just kill stuff and not worry about people putting damage or put health back on our primeval. I could go along with it. I could. Now I'm the one who usually invades, so maybe I'm not the person that asks, but, I always feel a little bad when I get an army of one and everyone has to start from scratch.
I never feel bad about that.
Really? I don't know, man. I keep picturing someone punching something after I take him out. Anyway. No, good takes. I like that. I like this question of the month. One more we have before we go here, and that is from Dimwee.
Good day, gents. This is Dimwee for question of the month. It is currently midnight, and I have tried to record this thing for like the past, 10 minutes, but I just keep rambling because I'm kind of tired, but, Todd picked everybody saying the poll's closing soon, so I gotta post this. And my hot take for Destiny 2 is I like weapon crafting and think it's a good addition to Destiny 2. The reason for that being is that I am an incredibly unlucky person in this game, and I cannot get a good roll on any weapon I get. And to say that I need to find a specific activity for an unnumbered amount of time to get that one weapon roll, Sweatcicle has done quite a whole series on getting the grenade launcher from Season of the Splicer, recorded on his YouTube channel, and it took him decades to get it. And I would not want to have that fate. What I would rather have to do is you get 5 red borders. Now, red borders and crafted weapons have enhanced perks, which just outclass, the random roll weapons. I just wanted to remove enhanced perks so that crafted weapons are basically just a deadline to get the roll you want. So you begin farming that weapon for the roll you want, and the deadline is getting the roll you want, of course. Now, between the time of starting the session and getting the 5 red borders, you have the chance of getting the random roll with all the rolls you want. So that weapon crafting is basically just an insurance of getting the weapons. I would rather have it be like that. Remove the enhanced perks and just make weapon crafting that it's a fail-safe, that you don't farm. I don't know, for example, Ghost of the Deep for 2 hours just to get one singular rocket that has perpetual motion on it. I didn't even know why that thing has perpetual motion on it. It's horrible. You don't move around with rockets.
You don't.
Especially a rocket like that. And I don't know why you need stability on that thing, but it doesn't matter. And I would rather have it that I could either just get the lucky roll, which I won't get, of course, or get 5 red borders and be able to craft it. So yeah, that's my take on that. It's almost 3 minutes. Goddamn. Alright, take it, boys. Bye.
It goes fast, didn't we? It goes fast. You know what? I'm laughing because I got a rocket launcher last night with perpetual motion on it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good take.
Like that.
What do you guys think? It's a good take.
I think he's onto something. I really like where it's like you can get the pattern, but it's not enhanced perks. And the reason I say that is because now that makes adept weapons, like if adept weapons just came standard with enhanced perks, that gives you more of a reason of want to get those and are more chased after. So I really like that, actually. If like, crafted, you can get the roll you want, but the adept weapon's going to be a better version of it. So I like that. Yeah.
Hazel?
Yeah. Surprisingly, I like that take. That's it is a hot one though.
It is. Good takes, guys. Good takes. I've always loved weapon crafting. I always loved the gun being your own. So I'm right there with you. Okay. Next week we will have Smiter on our show, and we are going to read out the remainder of play the remainder of our speak pipes. For question of the month, we're going to have a drawing next week. Someone's going to win a $25 Amazon gift card, but the speak pipe answers are going to have a chance to win some merch. And I'm rooting for you, Tajo. Hopefully you get some, buddy. Okay. Hazel, do we have any announcements before we go tonight? Anything on your end you need to mention before we go?
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah, it's been kind of quiet in the Discord lately, so good deal.
I mean, server issues.
That'll do it. Hey, I just want to give another shout out to our Dungeon Champion patrons. That would be Technical, Toll the Bell, Raffy, Mullet, Nitro TJ, Darth Noodle, Nico, aka Jersey, Smiter, Valorfall, Trash Panda, Coderson, Wicked, and Wicked Trinity, and our OG Raid Boss patrons from day one. That would be Jealous and Frostbyte, and also TL Tim, Lucky Shifts, Average Destiny 2 player, Amazing Taco King, and Sith Daddy Fresh. Thank you all, gentlemen, for giving back to our community and show. Quick thank you to all our patron members out there that hang out in our Discord patron lounge. You know who you are. Giving back to our show and community has been great and very humbling for Hazel and I, so we thank you for that.
Yes, thank you.
You can also enjoy our podcast commercial free. So thank those gold badge members in our Discord if you get the chance. They single-handedly give us the option to not only have to look for sponsors to fund our community, but also to make available our drawings, merch, giveaways, and all that good stuff. So if you think you received some value today from our podcast and you want to give back to our show and community, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast. Link is in our description down below, or go to guardiandowncast.com. All the buttons are there as well. I just want to mention before we go that the September bonus patron episode was out last week. So if you haven't checked that out, check your feed. For our patrons out there, you should be able to see that. Actually, I interviewed my parents. It's a really cool thing.
You?
I did.
I listened to it.
Yeah,
but
I didn't put the whole interview in there. I just put a couple excerpts that, were about young couples and parents and things like that. So, well.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
That's a wrap, guys. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 218 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. So take a look at those, especially if you're just finding out about us. And the only way we grow as a community is you referring a friend to us. So whether you're seeing our shorts or listening to our podcast, tell a friend who plays Destiny. Send them our way. We appreciate it.
I hope you're not looking at my shorts.
Oh, sorry.
Just wear
pants. You got
pants,
the camera
man.
on, dude. I can't help it. You got the camera on. You got your stand-up desk, right? Sorry.
Not yet. I just ordered it.
I know.
It'll be here Sunday.
Give him a few days.
You're gonna love it, dude. I'm telling you, your hips don't lie. Okay. Thanks, Frost, for
you know this, man.
Frost, thanks for coming on the show tonight, man. That was a lot of fun.
No problem.
You brought the heat, man. You had some good topics tonight we talked about.
Yeah.
I hope the Discord doesn't burn from my controversial topics, but I always love coming back on, which I don't know why it's like I'm always asking to come on every year. It feels like at this point, but it's like it's a fun time for anyone who hasn't been on the show. It's really nice just to sit with them for a couple hours and just be like, let's just chill, have a good time. And especially like once you do your first one and you've gotten to know them a bit better, it's always fun to come back for more and, maybe try and put Bell in his place. Good luck for anyone who's doing the speedrun. But yeah.
It's looking good for Bell right now.
I'll always enjoy it. Still thank John for giving me the opportunity to meet you guys. So
absolutely, dude. And thanks for all the support and all the time you've been in our Discord. And you've been in our Discord many years. So thank you for that, man.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like years, but when you say it out loud and then I think about it, I'm like, damn, it has been years, hasn't it?
We're on our 5th season, man. It's been 4 years plus we've been doing this podcast. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy, man.
I can't wait for more. I will probably be back in the future. Here's
Absolutely.
hoping.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've got a lot of guests booked up. Still have a few spots left. We of course got to leave a spot for Rodimus. He has to defend his title this year.
Oh, and Sin.
And Sin has to. I mean, Hazel threw down the gauntlet. Sin's got to beat Bell if he wants to be a mod. So It's out of my hands now, Sin. It's on you,
I'm
man.
rooting for you.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to say one more thing before we go tonight. Grackle just had his third son yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
I wanted to congratulate him, man. He is a really good dude, man. I've gamed with him a lot. And, he brought his third son into the world yesterday. I'm sorry. So congrats, Grackle. 3 kids, man. Oof.
I would clap, but my mic wouldn't pick it up, and it's 2:30 a.m. I'm pretty sure my brother would yell at me.
Exactly. Frost, where could people find you, man?
At this point, it's no Frostbyte, pretty much anywhere and everywhere. As Hazel and Gatr have mentioned in the beginning, it's BYTE, not regular byte, and sometimes I will throw a period in there sometimes. So yeah, just no Frostbyte. Eventually you'll get the combination right. You'll find me.
Cool deal, man. Well, thanks again, man.
Anywhere and everywhere, as Hazel says it.
Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Hazel, where can people find you, sir?
Oh, yeah. Hazel NT in all the places except for Twitch, where I am the Hazel NT. And yeah, that's about it.
Blame for that stream, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Oh my God. I mean, you have your own channel now. When you stream, everyone will see. We have our own host channel now where my shorts post, all my videos, my YouTube shorts.
Showing off your shorts.
My YouTube shorts, I meant. And, our show posts there, everything that comes out from my YouTube channel, and hopefully in the future, your Twitch account will post to that channel. So, waiting for that day to happen. I'll probably faint.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. Hey, you guys go to the Hazel NT on Twitch and throw him a follow. And maybe out of peer pressure, he'll finally decide to start streaming. Do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. By the way, you can contact me via, I guess it's called X now, at Todd the Gatr. Remember, that's 2 Ds, Gatr. You can find me on Steam, PS5 the same way. And I have a YouTube channel spelled the very same way, Todd the Gatr. I create videos for new players or returning players trying to figure out all the little things in this game we love. Gameplays, opinion. I do some streaming, which I'll be streaming tomorrow, a raid with Mr. Monkey. Hopefully, if we don't get any disconnects. And I also have another podcast called The Destiny Help Desk. I just put out this week one about lore, everything about lore, where to find it. And I had my friends Des Raven and our space lawyer Laz help me out. So check that out if you haven't already. It's in all the places, including our announcements in our Discord. Keep in mind also that this show that you're listening to right now posts to my YouTube channel if you want to listen to it via YouTube. And before we go, we have a Scumdeath's Corner. And Scumdeath messaged me and said, Gatr, make sure you play this one tonight. So I have 2 of them, and I'm going to play this one that he requested. So Uncle Scumdeath, what is going on in the UK today, brother?
Hello, and welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. I'm not walking home from band practice. It's Friday night, and I've got to get this in quick. We had practice last night. Our drummer has been away for 3 weeks, so we've not practiced in a while. And in 2 weeks' time, on Friday the 13th, is Warcrab's official album launch. So we've got 100 CDs turning up on Wednesday. So sort of sell and knock out. This is not a shameless plug. Don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you what we're up to. So yeah, in 2 weeks' time, we have the album launch gig. And to be fair, there's one of my favourite bands of all time is a band called Crowbar, and they are playing quite close to us, about 20 miles away. It's like, what the hell are they doing coming down this close to where we live? Because hardly any bands come down to the southwest. So and it looks like we might have the main support slot. So that would be incredible. And guess what? It's on my birthday, March the 7th. That would be fucking nuts. So yeah, things are going well with the band. This is a shameless plug about what's going on with Warcraft at the minute, but some of you might not like it. Some of you might like it. I know a couple of you like it. Agent H, there's one on the way to you as soon as they turn up. Don't worry about that. Anyway, yeah, I don't really know what to say. Oh, my mate has given me a dehumidifier because there's so many people living here and there's shitty weather. We can't put you wash your clothes and you can't put it out on the line. So we've got the area that you put it on. And instead of putting the heating on, my friend has just given me a dehumidifier. So I'm actually sat here in front of a load of washing on the area with a dehumidifier, giving it some beans. I've had to turn it down, the noise. You would have heard the noise. So, yeah, I'm just trying to dry clothes while I'm sat here. Yeah, well, my life is fantastic. So, anyway, I'm not going to waffle on. Yeah, right. Tell you what, I love you. And I'm going to carry on with, what am I playing now? Call of Duty World War II. I must be near the end now. So, yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night, Friday night. So, yeah, tell you what, sorry for rambling. Anyway, love you.
I love that guy.
Yes, that is my uncle.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
He's all our uncles.
And I'm 21 now. So now I can buy him a beer if he comes to the U.S.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yep. By the way, I have that advanced copy of that CD.
Do you actually?
Yes, I have one for Mr. Matt Heafy, too. I've just got to figure out when his crazy schedule aligns where I can buy him lunch one day.
Have you listened to it already?
I have not. I've got it sealed in the wrapper.
What are you doing, man?
I'm going to listen to it. Yeah. Yeah, if you like death metal, War Crab, guys, it's really good stuff. Hey, everyone, remember as you're playing Lightfall, Season of the Witch, remember to take breaks. Get outside and touch some grass. Rasagul, I see you with that seasonal rank. We only get one playthrough in this life, so make it count. And more importantly, be good to your fellow Guardians out there in the Destinyverse.
Defeat is not surrender, Guardian.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Get toddled. I don't know. Did I say it for you?
Oh, I think so.
Go ahead. You can go ahead.
Oh, I can? Oh, okay. Yeah, toddle.
There it is.
That's good, man. That was a great show. Great show.
Yeah,
that was good. That was good stuff.
Lots of good topics.
I'm glad I came back for the show.
Man, it's always fun. It's always fun. I tell you, I wish we could bring everyone on the show, man, but there's only so many weeks in a year.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm like kind of making it a yearly thing. So like, you know, it allows you to get all those people in, and it's like, maybe if you want me in, I'll jump in, but it's like, I don't.
I'll try to make that
to be
happen.
fair, I think I pushed this one as hard as I did because when me and Jealous did ours, Hazel was sick.
Yeah.
And I wanted to come back and at least have a show where I can talk to him again.
Right.
Because I didn't have that opportunity. So I was like, man, I have to have Hazel on the show again. So that's why I was pushing for this.
I'm just loving your new mic, man. Damn it.
Is it?
Sounds
I hope
super
it's
clear.
I hope it sounds so good.
I have mic envy. Yeah.
I'm going to listen to this on Monday and I'm going to be like, I hope my voice sounds so good. If not, I'll be depressed. But
It actually sounds deeper than when you sounded like last time.
I was going to say, because like, so in my first recording, that does not sound what I actually sound like. I feel like
you had echo.
This actually,
reverb.
This is a lot closer to what my voice actually sounds like.
Nice.
So.
I like it. I'm using a Shure SM7B. That was a Christmas present for my family. I told everyone just pitch in. And I've got like extra boost, and it's a monster, man. It loves power. That's good, though. You're learning new things. See? You're learning new things.
I am learning that I don't like Warlock.